way before I finish thumbing. I can put you on some paper, proper play and teach you something. Got my stones on Himalaya, no I'm out your sucker ducking. Ain't no need for that discussion, niggas bluffing with the game. About to build a couple million, came with nothing but my name. I'ma twist it, flip it, stick it like a bop it. Tell them stop it, all them haters out of pocket. Let me plug it like a socket, baby. We gonna say what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top dog, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid. We gonna say what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top dog, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid.
Wave, tell me, can you slide for a real one?
Slide for me, slide for me.
Can you slide for a real one?
Can you slide for me, slide for me?
Can you slide for a real one? Can you slide for baby, say I make her nervous. Maybe cause I'm real nigga on the surface. Maybe cause I'm 10 down where the turf is. Don't get lost in those facades on the guys. You know ain't nobody perfect. I just put the work in, I know what my worth is. I'm living lavish, I'm flossing, bossing and bagging up cash off the passion. Out here with my niggas, AV to the casket. We reckless, stay in your lane. I'm on gas till somebody cut the brakes. Cutting off these haters in the heads of the snakes. You're spinning the plan, bitch, you catching on late. And she just sent the emoji, say she wetter than a lake. So I better not flake, take a break, say word. Hit me when you through with that shit, then we can shift again. My schedule been clear. These niggas see me, they mad like I'm one of their peers. I put that on Sita, so I'm sure it's abundantly clear. I'm hella big on the said what I said shit. Eyes low off the legal in the red wave. Put the leg room in the roof gone. Man, I came a long way from them deals off the Groupon, right?
We gonna say what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top dog, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid. We gonna say what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top dog, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid.
Keep it real with you, I've been in the field in position. Yeah, yeah. I've been trail, you could tell by how I feel when you with me. Yeah. Tell me, can you slide for me? Can you slide for it one? Yeah. Tell me, can you slide for it one? Yeah.
With the black man, the original man. You might think of the medicine style.
I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just so by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. I'm foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from trade. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes, stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know it's real. Toast. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
I ain't even gonna lie, that ended perfectly. Yay to me. Maybe today's gonna be a good day. I don't know, but shit. Hello, how y'all doing? As you know, I'm doing this on Wednesdays and Sundays. This is all secondhand news. Please don't come for me. If you do, all you gonna get is bills. I think I got one thing in collections. You can have it. But other than that, it's all my opinion. So if you really want the money, go to the news outlets. It's very easy to figure out which ones I'm going to. And with that, let's begin.
Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Hey y'all, how you doing? Hold on, let me fix my head. For some reason, I don't know what's going on with me turning my head like that. I'm not possessed. I promise you I'm not possessed. If I am, ooh, Lord, I come from a black Southern Baptist family. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Me doing that, it's not gonna work. They'll bust me in the head. Anyways, how y'all doing? Let me go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, it's me.
And okay, if you haven't noticed, I'm staying in goddamn swimming suits because right now it's 80 degrees. That is cool compared to what it's been all damn week. So, anyways, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and treat y'all to the little bait story. That's that little celebrity stuff. So, let's check this out. So, after years of legal drama, Nipsey Hussle's kids finally get some good news about his estate. It is disgusting when people act like that. When it comes to funerals, I just can't stand, because you always got at least one bastard in the family that's going to try and get by on everyone. I don't get it. Anyway, so finally some good news in a story that has dragged on longer than college degrees. More than 7 years after, damn, it's been a long time. Time flies by. More than 7 years after Nipsey Hussle was murdered, the legal battle over his estate has officially come to an end. I've been hitting this button for the second. His two children, Imani and Cross, have finally received their inheritance from their father's estate, which was reportedly worth around $11 million. That's still some money right there. The exact amount of each child received hasn't been made public. It's not our business. But court records indicate assets were divided equally and include cash, business interests, trademarks, and other property. Now, here's the part that'll make you rub your temples. It took 7 years. 7 years of court hearings, guardianship disputes, paperwork, legal fees, enough bureaucracy to make anybody want to throw the entire filing cabinet out the window. Real talk, I think they do that shit so they can chip at your inheritance. So by the time you get that shit, it's hardly nothing and it's in their pockets. Right now, I'm really on my toes about human beings. They piss me off. Anyways, let's see here now. While adults argued in courtrooms, Nipsey's children had to wait for something their father worked his entire life to build. The good news is that his brother, Black Sam, that's what it says, who managed the estate, says this chapter is finally closed, allowing the family to focus on protecting Nipsey's legacy instead of fighting over paperwork. They always take the good ones out before they can do anything. And let's not forget that what Nipsey stood for: ownership, investing in your community, building businesses instead of just buying chains. Even after his death, those businesses and investments continue to grow, creating something that can now help take care of his children. That's the lesson here. That's the real lesson here. Money comes and goes, legacy doesn't. Nipsey made sure he was building something that could outlive him. And despite the legal detours that made it moved at the speed of a turtle wearing flip-flops, his children can finally benefit from the foundation he left behind. That's a victory worth celebrating. I'm here for it because good grief. All right, so that's it for debate. If I got you in here, good, stay so we can learn some shit. In just a minute, I'm going to go ahead and give you an update. Another news story has been updated, but before I do that, if you like what I'm doing, if you don't like what I'm doing, hit me up in my comments. Let me know what I can change. Just be respectful because I got a lot of time on my hands and I'm really ornery and petty right now. But other than that, please like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to make a community at this. Hopefully one day we be at the cookout and just talking and chilling. But either way, here goes my commercial. I'll be right back with the news. Hey, Terry.
It's just me and the fam. 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 Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little tay, that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
All right, so Karmelo Anthony's lawyers seek new trial judge's recusal. Oh, Lord, here we go. I'm still saying Case and Allison. The boy did the same exact damn thing as Karmelo, and he only got 10 years. This boy has a whole person's lifetime as a goddamn sentence. Well, anyways, the legal battle isn't over. Karmelo Anthony's new legal team has officially filed motions asking for a new trial for the judge who presided over... And for the judge who presided over the case, Judge John Roach, the man's name is Roach, that's already a red flag, to step aside from any future proceedings. This comes after Anthony was convicted of murdering Austin Metcalf and sentenced to 35 years in prison. Of course, he's black. He's alive while being black in Texas. Duh. Now, here's what they're arguing. First, they say Anthony's constitutional rights were violated during the trial. According to the defense, there wasn't enough public access to the courtroom because seating was extremely limited and the overflow room was shut down once testimony started. They argue that denied him the public trial guaranteed by the Constitution. All right, now, they're getting into this. Second, they claim prosecutors backed away from an off-the-record agreement about what evidence could be introduced. The defense says that they built their entire trial strategy around that understanding, including the decision not to call certain expert witnesses. I hope Judge Roach refuses himself, wicked devil. Oh, with a fucking name like that. Shit, I better never meet him. I kill roaches on sight. I'm sorry. I'm not threatening him, but dude, don't say roach around me. I'm for real. I freaking get freaked out. I start attacking, then I go get somebody bigger than me to attack whatever's left. I tried it before. There was nothing but a leg left. I'm just saying. Anyways, second, they claim prosecutors backed away. I said that the defense says they built their entire strategy around the understanding, including the decision not to call certain expert witnesses. They also argue Anthony wasn't given enough time to decide whether he should testify in his own defense, saying the judge allowed only about 10 minutes for that conversation before denying a request for more time. Then comes the request to remove the judge. The defense says Judge Roach, horrible name, compromised the appearance of impartiality after the trial by giving interviews praising the jury's verdict. Bitch! Defending his rulings and describing the trial in positive terms while post-trial motions were still pending. You know, these evil motherfuckers get on my goddamn nerves. Let's see here now. Their position is simple. If the judge was already has already publicly defended the outcome, how can he fairly defend whether that outcome should be reconsidered? Prosecutors aren't buying it. The Collin County District Attorney's Office says the defense is mischaracterizing what happened during the trial and remains confident that the conviction and the proceedings were fair. Once again, Case and Allison, same fucking age as Karmelo Anthony in fucking Texas. Only difference was the hue of his skin. His classmate, okay? He got 10 years. This boy got a whole person's life as if I fucking see he should have got 10 years. How about that? Anyways, so where does this leave us? Right now, nothing has been overturned. These are motions, not rulings. A judge will have to decide whether Judge Roach, horrible name, should be removed from the case and whether Anthony deserves a new trial. Until then, his 35-year sentence remains in place and the appeal process moves. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that's a cat walking across there. Process moves forward. Mavis, what are you doing? You better not sleep on it. Don't sit. Hey, Hey, don't sit. Don't sit. Get your, hey, why don't you leave? Why don't you leave? What the fuck? Are you getting ready to lay down? Are you serious? Get your booty on. God dang it. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, the whole country, Texas is corrupt, okay? You don't want to be black in Texas. Shit. Anyways, that's it for that story. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next one because I'm going to tell you right now, trigger warning, the next damn near 10 stories, a black person has lost their life, okay? Trigger a warning. If you don't want to hear about that, you might want to leave because, yeah, you have been warned. I'm just letting you know because I don't want to hear it later because I'm telling you, it's back to back to back to back. I kept finding them and I had to report them. So here we go. I warned you. If you don't want to hear about this shit, you might want to leave. But anyways, let's go. Oh, Lord, this is going to be a mess. All right, everything we know about the Nolan Wells search and investigation so far, you already knew this was going to happen. I don't even know why you even didn't expect it to happen. You know I was on this shit. This story is heartbreaking, and right now there are still far more questions than answers. 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells, a college football player from Mississippi. My family is originally from Mississippi. I'm so glad I wasn't born there. Anyways, disappeared during a 4th of July trip to Horn Island with a group of friends. All of them were of the pale persuasion, I hate to say. And let me just say one thing. I got a homegirl. She got invited like that, and she has refused every damn time. When she's the only person, she said, hell no, I ain't going with y'all, especially not to no woods, no cabins, no beaches, no. Anyways. According to investigators, he was last seen around 3 p.m. on the island. The group he traveled with eventually left, but Nolan never made it back to the mainland. His mother reported him missing later that night, launching a massive search involving the Coast Guard, local law enforcement, park rangers, and volunteer searches. Hell yeah. That man is going to be fucking busy in the next 10 years because these damn fucking crazy-ass racist bitches, they coming out the woodwork. I told you. As soon as Obama won, them racist motherfuckers couldn't handle it. And then you went and got that racist ass orangutan out there. And then he just opened the fucking door. And now look what we got to deal with. Anyways, let's see here now. 2 days later, a U.S. Park Service ranger found the body near the northwestern tip of the Horn Island. Authorities later confirmed it was Nolan through dental records. At this point, investigators say they suspect drowning. Like they basically are trying to say there's no foul play. My ass, but they have not released an official cause of or manner of death. I hope that the family gets their own private one done. An autopsy and toxicology results are still pending and the investigation remains active. I hope they don't try to make this boy sound like a delinquent. Now, here's why so many people are paying close attention. I done seen white folks literally saying, black parents, don't let your kids be the only one. This is getting ridiculous. Questions continue to swirl about exactly what happened during those final hours. Investigators are reviewing witness statements, photos, videos, and even viral social media clips from the island. They've asked anyone who was there that day to come forward with original photos or footage that could help piece together the timeline. So far, authorities say they have not confirmed foul play, but they also, last time I heard they were saying he self-deleted himself. But they also say they're keeping the investigation open while they gather more evidence. Nolan's family says they want answers too. They've hired civil rights attorney Ben Crump to conduct an independent review and push for transparency as the investigation continues their work. Until the medical examiner finishes the autopsy and investigators complete their work, much of what we're seeing online remains speculation. The facts are still developing, and Nolan's family deserves clear answers about what happened to their son. Real talk, I think one of them damn so-called friends did it, because how the hell you gonna go and hurry up and get your ass lawyered up? What the fuck? They didn't even bother to check on Nolan until they got home. That's what I'm saying. How the fuck you came with? See, this is me. If I come with you, we leaving together, damn it. All right? Unless if you say you want to leave by yourself, you better give me some kind of notary. I need something written because I'm not leaving otherwise. Shit. I'll make sure your ass go home before I go home. Fuck what you heard. But anyways, let's keep going because this shit ain't finished and it's getting uglier. Whew, Lord, be ready. That's why I got my trigger warning on. No man of God, Chicago deacon charged in unaliving of mom to his 5 kids. Oh, Lord have mercy. I hope my homeboy don't know this dude. Anyways, sometimes the people preaching the loudest are living the quietest lies. That's not a quiet lie. A Chicago church deacon has been charged with the January murder of 36-year-old Kiara Jenkins, the mother of his 5 children. Prosecutors allege her estranged husband, Eddie Jenkins, why was your last name Jenkins, drove her home before sunrise, confronted her, and pew-pewed her multiple times just hours before attending church with their children. What did I say about estranged? When these motherfuckers are estranged, please move to family. Do not move. Do not stay there alone. Go find family or friends. Do not be alone when you have someone that is quote unquote estranged. If that motherfucker is estranged, or if you just gave him the papers and y'all still live together, do not go back to that fucking house. Oh, Lord Jesus. Anyways, Jenkins drove to her home before sunrise, confronted her, and pew-pewed her multiple times just hours before attending church with their children. You are some kind of sick. According to prosecutors, neighbors heard an argument followed by gunshots. Surveillance cameras allegedly captured a man matching Eddie Jenkins leaving the scene. Investigators also say that after taking the children to church, friends became concerned because Kiara never arrived. When they went to check on her, they found her dead in the backyard. Damn it, you couldn't even put her in the house, you dirty bastard. Prosecutors further alleged that during a video call showing Kiara's body, Eddie took a screenshot of the scene. This motherfucker ain't right. You know, I'm serious. We really need to invest in more psychiatrists, please. What makes this case even more disturbing is the history prosecutors laid out in court. They said there had been previous DV incidents dating back years, along with protective orders, not that protective, separations, and an impending divorce. Prosecutors argue this wasn't a sudden explosion, but the tragic end of a long pattern of, abuse. Somebody please tell me where the hell her friends and family were. Eddie Jenkins' attorneys deny the allegations and argued that there is no direct forensic evidence placing him at the pew-pew. The case has not yet gone to trial. Dude, they got camera at least. And you better have a good enough alibi because they're going to come for your ass. What is this, in the South too? Anyways, this story is, no, it's in Chicago. Never mind. This story is another painful reminder that a title doesn't tell you a person's character. Pastor, deacon, and you know them pastors and them ministers. They got a really bad, yeah. Anyways, pastors, deacons, coaches, I know about that one. Officers, politicians, celebrities, none of those labels automatically make someone trustworthy. Matter of fact, you do the wrong thing, you may never coach in the state of, I'm not going to talk about it. It's what people do when nobody's looking that reveals who they really are. Right now, Eddie Jenkins remains charged with first-degree unaliving and is being held pending trial. Meanwhile, 5 children are left grieving the loss of their mother while waiting for justice to run its course. That is a sick motherfucker. The fact that he did that shit and then went to church, oh yeah. But this shit ain't over. I'm trying to get y'all through it as fast as I can because I'm telling you, people have been busy. God dang it. They've been busy as hell this damn week. Investigation continues after 2 black Georgia teens found dead in Webster County. So this one is one of those stories that leaves you with more questions than answers. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is trying to figure out what happened after the bodies of 19-year-old Zekevian James and 17-year-old Joe Quavius Jones. I hope I said those names right. were found in the wooded area in Webster County, Georgia. And before anybody says that's ghetto, people used to do that in long time slavery to make sure they knew where who their kids were. God dang it! Don't bring none of that damn stereotype shit in here. Anyways, Webster County, Georgia. The heartbreaking discovery happened after one of the teens was reported missing, and deputies searched the area, found both young men dead near Twin Towers Road and Johnson Road. Investigators are treating the case as a double homicide. Right now, authorities have released very little information. No cause of death has been announced. No arrests have been made. Investigators. So basically, this motherfucker might still be at large. Investigators have said what led up to the unalivings or identified any suspects. They haven't said any of that. Both teen bodies were sent to GBI Medical Examiner's Office for autopsies, and officials say the investigation is still active. Meanwhile, the families are left waiting. Zakavian's, I hope I said that right, mother says she's heard countless rumors online about what the hell is the kids' last names again? Because I'm not butchering this. Let me see. James and Jones. Okay, James is the 19-year-old with the Z name, and Jones is the 17-year-old with the J name. If you don't remember, rewind. Anyways, let's see here now. Right now, authorities have released very little information, no cause of death, or identified any suspects, but both bodies have been sent there. Meanwhile, the families are left waiting. So, Mr. James's mother says she heard countless rumors online, but also almost no confirmed information from investigators. She described her son as a young man with a job, a baby on the way, and his whole future ahead of him. Mr. Jones was preparing for his senior year of high school, while Mr. James had just graduated in 2025. A community that should have been celebrating two young lives is instead planning funerals. And this is where we all need to slow down. Social media has already started doing what social media does best, filling in blanks with guesses. And that is a horrible thing to do. You will be so wrong. But as of today, there is no official explanation for what happened. Speculations get clicks, but it doesn't get justice. If someone out there knows what happened to these young men, now is the time to speak up. Two families deserve answers, a community deserves the truth, and whoever is responsible, if a crime was committed, deserves to be held accountable. Until then, this is another case that we'll be keeping a very close eye on. You know, if I see something about it, I'm going to say something about it. That's for damn sure. Let's keep going. Because I told you this shit is deep. Whew, I mean, people was busy this weekend. God dang. So charges filed against former Bucknell coach in death of Calvin C.J. Dickey Jr. Former Bucknell coach, let's see here. Now, this is one of those stories that makes you ask, when did building toughness become more important than keeping people alive? Okay, let me stop right there because I kind of understand what happened, and I'm not taking nobody's side because I understand the boy who died side. Because I went to the South, and the motherfuckers made us run out in that humid ass weather, and all of a sudden, I kept feeling kind of bad. I'm not a runner. My lungs are stunted, okay? This woman kept yelling at us to keep going. It was so bad I developed a cough. I developed a cough so bad it made me throw up. I had to take an inhaler. I had to break a goddamn pill, inhale that shit for almost a month because a fucking gym teacher forced me to do some shit my body couldn't handle, okay? So I understand this man's side, the poor boy that lost his life. Whew. So anyways, nearly 2 years after the death of, why do they report these things so late? Nearly 2 years after the death of 18-year-old Calvin C.J. Dickey Jr., Pennsylvania prosecutors have filed criminal charges against former Bucknell University strength coach Mark Kulbuth. I don't care. He now faces felony aggravated hazing along with misdemeanor charges of involuntary manslaughter, reckless endangerment, and hazing. He gets manslaughter, but the fucking 19-year-old gets 35. What the fuck? According to the Pennsylvania Attorney General, CJ had just arrived on campus for his very first football workout in July 2024. Prosecutors say Kolbis ordered him and other players to complete 100 up and downs, multiple full body plank drills, despite allegedly knowing that CJ had sickle cell trait, a condition that can make extreme physical exertion especially dangerous. Investigators say CJ was visibly struggling, but help wasn't called until after he collapsed. He died 2 days later. An autopsy found that CJ's death resulted from a combination of the intense workout, his sickle cell traits, and exertional, rhabdomyolysis, a serious condition where muscle tissue breaks down after extreme exertion. So basically, his body was eating itself. Prosecutors say the tragedy was preventable and allege that the workout violated both NCAA guidance and anti-hazing standards. Now, Kolbis' attorney strongly disagrees. His defense says that the workout followed accepted strength and conditioning standards and insists he is not responsible for CJ's death. As with any criminal case, I don't know about you, but I know damn well most of the motherfuckers I know went to school that had a note. They were very careful with your ass because they got a note, which means that is proof that if they fuck up, it's their fault. Okay? I don't see why you didn't know about his damn situation. These are allegations, and Kolbis is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. For CJ's parents, though, these charges represent something they've been waiting on for a long time: accountability. They've said they're grateful someone is finally being held responsible while their civil lawsuit against the university continues. They're going for that money. At the end of the day, this isn't about making athletes soft. It's about making sure they make it home. No workout, no tradition, and certainly no hazing ritual should ever cost an 18-year-old his life. I was hazed. That shit was horrible. I fucking slipped because I was so fucking tired. The next thing you know, the bottom of my foot was black and blue. That's disgusting. But anyways, we ain't done. I'm not coming up until all these deaths end. They got another one. My trigger ain't stopped either. Let's go. Whoo, they was busy. National Guard soldier fatally pew-pewed black man in Memphis. Yeah. Okay. Notice they didn't say accidentally. Bastard. Just when you thought the headlines out of Memphis couldn't get any heavier, here we are again. A 20-year-old black man, Tyron Johnson, was fatally pew-pewed by two Tennessee National Guard soldiers. Why the fuck do y'all have... What the hell? What are you doing? Soldiers during a foot pursuit in downtown Mississippi early Sunday morning. So soldiers are now police? The fuck, when did that happen? The soldiers were part of the federally backed Memphis Safe Task Force, a crime-fighting initiative that has placed National Guard troops alongside local law enforcement. Ain't y'all the same motherfucking place where y'all had that damn SWAT team that fucked up people, or is that Georgia? I don't know. I know you did some faulty shit too, you dirty bastard. According to authorities, officers were responding to reports of gunfire around 4 a.m. They say Johnson ran from the scene and during the chase turned towards the soldiers while holding a hand force multiplier. That's when both spoke. Come on now. If the hell, that's overplayed. Y'all both had to take him down. Johnson died at the scene despite first aid from guard medics. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is now leading the investigation. Do they wear body cams? I feel like this is going to get swept under the rug. But Johnson's family says, hold on. His grandfather says Tyron wasn't the violent person being portrayed. He described him as a young father, former college student, aspiring musician, and someone helping with the family's construction and real estate business. The family is also demanding that authorities release body camera and surveillance video, saying the public deserves to see exactly what happened instead of relying solely on official statements. I don't trust none of them bastards. And I was a part of them bastards. I don't trust them. The National Guard shouldn't even be there. They are domestic terrorists, pretty much. But let's see here now. But instead relying solely on official statements, and that's where this story sits today. The investigation is still ongoing. No determination has been made about whether the pew pew was justified, and the identities of the two National Guard soldiers have not been publicly released. How fortunate. Yeah, but what about them damn victims of the perverts? That was released. Civil rights advocates are also raising broader concerns about the role of military personnel in civilian policing and whether deployments like this increase the risk of deadly encounters. They do. At the end of the day, everybody should have the same thing, the facts. If the pew pew was justified, let the evidence show it. If mistakes were made, then there must be accountability. If they're fucking sickos and just wanted to go black hunting, yeah, that's another thing. Nobody wants to talk about that. Either way, transparency matters because another young man is dead, another family is grieving, and Memphis is once again waiting for answers. Man, I don't know what to tell you, god dang it. I'm serious, but we still ain't done. You would think I'm done. No, they've been very, 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 very busy this fucking weekend. Shit. Questions mount after Illinois man Gerard, I hope I said that right, Jackson found dead near Electric Forest Festival in Michigan. How did he end up in Michigan? Okay, so let's talk about it, man. I'm so sick of this. They just taking us out left and right. Shit. What was supposed to be a weekend of music has turned into a growing mystery that has one family demanding answers. There's a lot of families grieving tonight. Shit. Gerard Jackson, a 28-year-old man from Illinois, was reported missing after attending the Electric Forest Festival in Michigan. Please, y'all, stop traveling alone. According to investigators, Jackson was last seen after reporting that he believed was a criminal incident involving someone in his group. Police say they investigated that complaint, concluded no crime had occurred, and Jackson later left the festival grounds on his own, leaving behind his cell phone and other personal belongings. That don't sound right. A short time later, his rental vehicle was found with his wallet and keys still inside. He got. Then came the heartbreaking discovery. Jackson's body was found in a wooded area near where the vehicle had been parked. Michigan State Police said there were preliminary findings indicate a self-deletion. I don't know about you, but I hate when they say that shit because it always seems like that's the first thing to go to. Why would he leave his belongings, though? And at this time, they say they have found no evidence of foul play. The investigation, however, is still ongoing. But here's where the story takes another turn. Jackson's family says they do not believe that conclusion. They say he had no known history of mental illness and are questioning exactly what happened during the hours between his disappearance. Was he the only one too? I hope he wasn't. What happened between his disappearance and when he was found? That poor man. I mean, seriously, what the fuck is going on? They also want investigators to take a closer look at everyone who was with him before he vanished. That's why I'm starting to wear a damn body camera. If you ain't got one, I got one. Adding to the attention surrounding his case is the fact that it's the second major death investigation connected to this year's Electric Forest. All right, always want to be a self-deletion. Always want to go to that shit. Authorities also investigating the tragic discovery of a newborn found at the festival, though officials say the two cases are not believed to be connected. Man, as always, it's important to separate facts from frustration. Right now, investigators have not ruled this a homicide, and they have not announced any suspects. At the same time, Jackson's family has every right to ask questions and seek a full, transparent investigation before accepting any conclusions. Because at the end of the day, every family deserves answers, and every investigation deserves to follow the evidence wherever it leads. Oh, Lord, have mercy. And then this one right here. This is an old one, but god dang it, it's still a death. I'm so sick of this. I'll be glad when I get out of this. I think I've been doing this since we started. It's been dead. Shit. She finally has her name back. Now, where is the justice for Cheryl Lynn Edwards? Does anybody know this person? Sometimes justice doesn't just move slowly. It practically needs a GPS. After 51 years, authorities have finally identified the young woman who had been known only as Jane Clinton Doe. Why did they give her Clinton? Her name was Cheryl Lynn Edwards, a 15-year-old girl from Waukegan. I'm so glad I said that right. Waukegan, Illinois, who's disappeared in 1975. Thanks to advances in forensic genetic genealogy, investigators were finally able to return her name to her family after decades of uncertainty. But here's the heartbreaking part. Getting her name back isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of a murder investigation that has never been solved. Back in April 1975, Cheryl's body was discovered in the Mississippi River in Clinton County. Oh, that's why. Clinton County, Iowa. You know Iowa. They got a place called Iowa in Louisiana. It's spelled exactly like Iowa. Roughly 170 miles from her hometown. An autopsy determined she had been pew-pewed in the head and was about 10 weeks pregnant. Oh, baby. And that her death was a homicide. For more than 5 decades, no one even knew who she was. Investigators now say Cheryl's family had actually been searching for her all these years. The tragedy is that because no missing person report connected to her was found from that time, the pieces never came together until modern DNA technology made the impossible possible. Now comes the question that matters most. Who unalived Cheryl Lynn Edwards? The Clinton County Sheriff Office says this is still an active homicide investigation, and they're asking anyone with information, no matter how old it is, and it will be old, it may seem, to come forward. Detectives hope that finally putting a name to the victim will spark new leads after more than half a century. Might be the baby daddy. Because while it's a beautiful thing that Cheryl is no longer Jane Doe, let's be clear. A name is not justice. Justice is finding the person who took the life of a 15-year-old girl with her whole future ahead of her, mind you, and the baby. And until that happens, this story is unfinished. If I hear about more, I will update y'all. I'm so glad I muted my damn phone. Shit. And now it's time for a new segment I call News You Need to Use. Because, I mean, seriously, if you don't use it, we going to be running around like chickens with our heads cut off. I'm just going to let you know. Where is it? There you go. Let me get it up. Hold on. There it is. That shit was fast. Anyways, one of the amazing ones, brother of woman surrounded by white supremacists in viral July 4th photo speaks out. Sometimes a single picture tells a story that thousands of words can't. I don't know about you, but I feel like that is one of the murstiest places. I bet it funky as hell up in that bitch. And then it's cold. I just want y'all to know funk does not go away because it's cold. Shit. I know it had to stink up in there. It had to. Anyways, over the 4th of July weekend, one of the most talked about images in America wasn't fireworks. It wasn't a parade. It was a black woman sitting calmly on a Washington, D.C. metro surrounded by dozens of masked members of the white supremacist group Patriot Front. The image spread across social media almost instantly, with many calling it one of the defining photographs of this moment in America. Now we know who she is. Her name is Bernita Boulding, a 33-year-old mother of 2. Her brother, Paul Boulding, says that when he first saw the viral photo, his heart dropped. He recognized his sister immediately and feared for her safety, saying seeing her surrounded by white supremacists was like hounds surrounding her. Boy, I know you were scared. Thankfully, Bernita made it safely to her mother's home the following day, but her family wants people to remember something important. Bernita is not just a viral image. She's a daughter, a sister, and a mother who's been dealing with personal challenges, including mental health struggles. She could have went off on all them stupid-ass motherfuckers. Her brother described her as one of the amazing ones and said he hopes people see the human being behind the photograph instead of turning her into a political symbol. If you really look at that picture, all you're going to probably do is feel disgusted by these cowardly, dumbass fuckers. The caucasity is ridiculous. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. The men surrounding her were members of Patriot Front, a white supremacist organization that had marched through Washington earlier that day wearing matching uniforms and masks. At least they didn't have a damn U-Haul this time. The image hit so hard because it reminded people of the photographs from the civil rights movement, except this one wasn't taken in 1963. It was taken in 2026. That's what makes this photo so powerful. Bernita didn't choose to become the face of a viral moment. She was simply trying to get where she was going. But the photograph has sparked conversations across the country about hate groups, public safety, and what America looks like 250 years after declaring that all people are created equal. That's a fucking lie right there, because black people were not free for 250 years. You lied already in the goddamn Constitution, dirty bastard. One photo, one woman, and one reminder that history has a way of tapping us on the shoulder when we least expect it. You would be amazed if y'all saw my goddamn, my damn DNA test. It is amazing. It's like a fucking rainbow. You would be surprised when the way I talk. Moving on. Everything black Americans should know about the new Drumpf accounts before investing. Man, it's a goddamn scam. You should already know. If you think this ain't a scam, your ass need to be whooped. I'm sorry. Whenever the government says we've got a new investment program, your first response shouldn't be, where do I sign? It should be, where's the fine print? A federal savings program known as the Drumpf accounts. I'm calling his family name, damn it. It's Drumpf. I'm going to call him Drumpf. Fuck it. Is now officially available. Don't fall for it. It'll be an account for him and his under 18 kids. These are tax advantage investment accounts for children under 18 and children born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028. Kind of convenient, huh? They can receive a one-time $1,000 contribution. You know, you can actually do this with a bank and get better. A $1,000 government contribution once an eligible account is open. They will steal it from you. I'm not joking. Families, employers, and others can also contribute up to $5,000 a year. That's your money going to the Drumpfs, okay? Don't play for it. Don't be fooled. Don't let it fool you. Oh, no. With the money invested in broad stock market index. See, right there. Right there. They're going to already sit up there and invest your goddamn money. I don't want my money invested, damn it. I want my money for my kids. I don't want you playing with it, because y'all motherfuckers don't. You literally bankrupt a casino. People go into casinos and they lose their money. It's not supposed to be the other way around. Anyways. Now, before anybody starts treating this like free money, understand this, because it's Drumpf. Nothing is free with that fucker. This isn't a savings account where you can pull money out whenever life happens. It's an investment account. The money is tied to the stock market, which means it can grow or lose value over time. They're playing with your money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And while supporters say it's a way to help families build long-term wealth, critics argue that families with more disposable income will benefit the most. And who the hell, what families? There's not a lot of those. The fuck talking about a family with more disposable? What is disposable income? I don't know what that is anymore. Well, anyways, because they're the ones most able to keep contributing year after year. Go ahead. If you got the fucking money, give it to the goddamn family. They already trying to take it from people. Just willingly give it then. Shit. Go ahead. Believe that shit is going to help you. Do it. Here's another thing to remember. That $1,000 seed contribution sounds great, but the real question isn't, do I get $1,000? The real question is, does this fit into my family's financial plan? No, because eventually they're going to find a way to get into your goddamn bank. I really believe it. My heart of hearts, they're going to try to use that money as a bait so they can catch your damn bank account. I really feel that way. This should not be allowed. Conflict. Girl, everything about this motherfucker is a conflict of interest. His hair is a conflict of interest. His face is a conflict of interest. His nussy is a conflict of interest. Shit. His existence is a conflict of interest. I don't even think his daddy wanted him. Anyways, Let's see here now. Okay, so really, if you're struggling to pay rent, keep the lights on, or build an emergency fund, locking money away for years may not be your top priority. Once again, you're allowing these jackasses to play with your money as well. They have bankrupted more than one fucking casino. How do you do that? Financial decisions should match your reality, not a headline. I just had to cuss somebody out recently. Matter of fact, today, because this bitch is trying to ask me. I thought she was trying. It won't be that much. Just invest in Bitcoin. Fuck you. I'm not doing that. Talking about $300, bitch. If I had $300 to invest in that shit, motherfucker, I would be good. Oh well, yeah, I would be good. So here's the takeaway. I thought she was starting with 30. Then I saw that other zero. I said, this is a bold bitch. I said, no, stop. She still came. She fucking invited me twice to a fucking group. I left twice. Bitch, this is rape. This is grape. This is grape in so many ways. Don't invest because a politician's name is attached to, especially that fucker. He was a fucking Democrat originally. Don't avoid it because a politician's name is attached to something either. Learn how it works. Actually, avoid anything if his name is attached to it. He is a felon. 34 fucking times, mind you. 34 fucking times. And these motherfuckers voted for him. That was the day I felt like my soul died. Any kind of belief in this country I had died that night. I was like, these people are actually idiots. I thought there were smart people in this bitch. Oh my gosh. Anyways, learn how things work, read the rules, understand the risks, and decide whether it makes sense for your family. And if it involves that fucking family, no, it's not good for your fucking family. Because when it comes to your money, the smartest investment is not hype, it's homework. And if you do your homework, you'll realize anything involved with that fucking lineage is shit, okay? It's just, oh man, it's bad. It's fuck, it's like, that's what it is, okay? If you actually sit your ass up there and give that motherfucker your money, oh, you just don't want to, you don't want to work. Okay, fuck it. Anyways,
that shit is gross.
And that's all I got to say about it. This shit is stupid, okay? This is news you need to use. Moving on, because we ain't done. This man right here got shit to tell y'all, because these motherfuckers really trying to pull us back into Jim Crow, and I'll be damned if any of my motherfucking family in the fields. Fuck you. I so far have been, I'm not joking. I started the first steps to trying to immigrate to fucking Canada. They said I'm eligible. They said they could use me. They really need cybersecurity. I'm getting my ass out of here if I have to. I've only seen cotton. I've never touched it. Not the fabric of your life kind. Not that shit in the field. I ain't never touched that shit. Civil rights legend Andrew Young warns why America is in the worst shape of its lifetime. Why do our grandpas? This man is 70. This man is 75. Okay. Why does he have to come out of retirement to tell us some shit we already should know? When a man who lived through Jim Crow, segregation, the civil rights movement, and the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. tells you America is in the worst shape he's ever seen, you might want to lean in and listen. Oh, shit, he is not 75. He is 93. At 93 years old, civil rights icon Andrew Young, he knows all the goddamn leaders, says the United States is in what he believes is the worst shape of his lifetime, or the worst shape of everybody's lifetime. That's a running state. I left the last time this bastard won. I'm not joking. I fucking got on a plane and I went to China. It's fucking hot in China. I just want you to know, even at night. Anyways, that's a stunning statement from someone who marched with Dr. King, was beaten for civil rights, and witnessed some of the darkest chapters in American history. Americans are fucking evil. I'm serious. The shit we have, not we, it's the shit some of these motherfuckers have done. Young says his biggest concern isn't just politics. It's the loss of our ability to talk to one another. He argues that Americans have become so divided that many people would rather defeat their neighbors than solve problems together. Look, a motherfucker came in this bitch and called black people your kind. Fuck you. I fucking put that asshole on timeout. Don't you come in here saying your kind. If I can't stand being called a blacks, your kind definitely is not welcome. Fucker. Anyways, Let me see now. Where was I? Yeah. He also warned against becoming trapped by fear and anger. According to Young, democracy only works when people are willing to disagree without treating each other like enemies. Exactly. Can we agree to disagree? I don't know what's wrong with you motherfuckers. It's like you have to make people think the same way as you. I don't need no like-minded people. I'm enough. Shit, you know how many meds I'm on to just make sure I don't go batshit crazy? I'm pretty sure there's 3 motherfuckers in my head. Young pointed to the civil rights movement as proof that lasting change came through persistence, organizing, and building communities, not simply reacting to every headline. I.e., you motherfuckers that are doing the protesting, you are not giving them your demands. You can't just sit your silly ass out there in the streets and say what you want instead of going to the motherfuckers that can actually do something and giving them your demands. Just sitting up there protesting, all you're doing is getting in people's way. And what? Oh, you diss someone. They still have all their money. They still have all their power. Nothing has changed. Hit them where it fucking hurts, their fucking wallets, and give them your demands. Stop doing this half-ass protesting if you really want to do shit. I keep saying that. Whether you agree with every opinion this dude right here has or not, one thing is hard to argue. This is a man who's watched America evolve for nearly a century. He's seen legal segregation, the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, I was not alive, the election of black mayors, black members of Congress, and a black president. I did not think I would live to see that. Yet, despite all of that history, he says this moment worries him more than any other in his lifetime. You don't have to agree with Andrew Young's conclusion, but when one of the last living giants of the civil rights movement say, pay attention, that's probably not a voice we should scroll past. I'm going to tell you right the fuck now. I'm getting the fuck out this country. You can kiss my ass if you think you're going to get a slave out of my family. A fuck are you. Now, here goes some more news for anybody in New York. I warned you motherfuckers before. So here's an update. Where's my update thing? Because this next one is a fucking update. I told y'all about the Legionnaire. Nobody wanted to listen to me. This motherfucker's still there. It didn't go away. Y'all just thought you decided to go look at the orangutan. This shit is still here. I ain't never heard of Legionnaire except for in the past. I don't know what it does, but I know it's not good. If you're in New York City, this is one of those stories where paying attention could actually protect your health. I told you this is news you need, and it's also an update. If you're in New York City, like I said, health officials are investigating a growing outbreak of Legionnaire disease on Manhattan's Upper East Side. Is that the hoity-toity side? Because I don't care if that's the case. Specifically, wash your asses, y'all. Specifically in Carnegie Hill and Yorkville neighborhoods. Never been there. As of this week, officials have confirmed 23 cases with 17 people hospitalized, though no deaths have been reported so far. Now, before people start side-eyeing their kitchen faucet, you cannot catch Legionnaire disease from another person. It's caused by Legionella bacteria, which spreads when people inhale tiny droplets of contaminated water. Where the fuck are y'all doing this shit? Health officials believe the most likely source is one or more cooling towers on top of buildings. Not drinking. When the hell was the last time y'all cleaned them bitches? I don't think I've ever seen somebody clean those motherfuckers at all. Not drinking water. They've stressed that it's still safe to drink tap water, shower, bathe, cook, and use your home air conditioner. Then what the fuck are we looking out for? So what should you look out for? Symptoms include, but where is the fucking shit coming from? If you telling me I can still drink water, I can still shower, I can still bathe, I can still cook, that's all the shit I need the water for. Where is the bad water coming from? But anyway, symptoms include fever, cough, chills, muscle aches, shortness of breath, pneumonia-like illness. People over 50, smokers, those with chronic lung disease or weakened immune systems are at the highest risk for severe illness. I guess I'm not moving to New York. The good news is that Legionnaire disease is treatable with antibiotics, especially if it's caught early. I thought this shit was one of those dead things. Anyways, city health officials are now testing cooling towers. I think you should have been doing that when the first fucking thing, because I reported this shit last year. I know I reported this shit last year. City health officials are now testing cooling towers throughout the affected neighborhoods to pinpoint the source of the outbreak. If you've lived, worked, or visited those Upper East Side neighborhoods since late June and start feeling like you've got come down with a bad case of the flu, don't brush it off. Go get checked. Here's the takeaway though. Not every cough is a cold, and not every fever is I'll sleep it off. Because I'm telling you right damn now, I was sick as a damn dog. Shit. I didn't have the Legionnaire. I'm just thinking about the damn January 6th. I was sick that damn day. Sometimes your body is waving a red flag. The sooner you listen, the better chances of a full recovery. How about we just do a full investigation? Why didn't they do this shit when it first broke out? This is not short. This shit has happened for almost half a year, if not more. Stay informed, stay alert. And if something feels off, let a doctor, not Dr. Google, be the one to check it out. And if you live somewhere where there's a fucking water tower, fucking boil your water, okay? Just start boiling that shit and take baths. Fuck it. Because this is ridiculous. These shits are coming back because people ain't using the common sense. But that's it for news you can use. It is now time for not my favorite, but just a fucked up time, basically. It is time for people terrorizing black people. I had it as black people being black terrorists, but that didn't make no sense because then it sounded like the black people were being terrorists, not being terrorized. Anyways, Mondamo, what the you mean Mondani? Shit, if you ask me, he's doing better than a lot of these motherfuckers, but Legionnaire came out, the first ones came out before he even got voted in. He wasn't even mayor when the first fucking cases came through. This is the fucking, whoever's in charge of the health center, they need to talk to them motherfuckers. But anyways, here goes people fucking with black folks. I can't stand these people. Basically, but see, he has to clean up Adams. Adams was the one who dropped the ball. So we can't get mad at Mom Donnie. It was Adams who dropped it. He was mayor when the first fucking breakout came out. And now where is he? Somewhere in Turkey or somewhere? Anyways, let me get this done so we can get it the hell out of here. Okay, so I know y'all heard about this shit. I don't even like soccer, but y'all know y'all heard about this shit. And I'm pretty glad that we didn't win against whoever we lost against, because I can't stand that damn orangutan and his damn and FIFA. Anyways, the World Cup's racism problem just exposed soccer's dark side. This man has patience of a saint, I guess. He said, I saw him on the video talking to some ignorant ass Argentinian or whatever the bitch was, and she was saying some stuff to him like, wash your ass or something just derogatory. And he kept listening. Man, I just blocked the motherfucker that couldn't say no. Oh, hell no. Anyways, the World Cup is supposed to bring the world together. Who said that? I have never seen people come together for that shit. Instead, I've seen people jeer each other for that shit. Instead, it's becoming another reminder that racism doesn't need a ticket. It always seems to find a seat. And I just can't figure out what the fuck it bothers you that our fucking skin. What is it? The melanin? Is it the fact that I don't get it? What is it, Joe, in your head that makes you this vile ass person? I don't get why motherfuckers feel this way. I don't get it, man. Anyway, I thought my grandmother was white. I didn't hate her for that. She was half white, but I thought she was all the way white. I didn't hate her for that shit. I just was like, okay, hello, welcome to the family, even though I came after you. But anyways, during this year's tournament, multiple incidents have once again put soccer long-running racism problem on full display. I thought we already knew this when the man went to Africa and they all in Northern Africa fucked him over. Anyways, players have been targeted with race, that rah-rah-rah abuse online fuck it, racist abuse online. Black athletes have been singled out after losses, and now even American streamer I Show Speed, I've never seen this man run, so okay, says he was hit with racist slurs by a fan during an Argentina match, an incident that FIFA is now investigating. They ain't gonna do shit about it. It's jealousy? Okay. And this isn't just about one fan having a bad day. The Global Players Union, Fifth Pro, I'm not spelling that shit out, says racist abuse aimed at players is becoming a systemic pattern. Welcome to our world. According to FIFA's own monitoring, abusive online posts during the tournament, you know, we're turning back into savages, in my opinion. We are turning back into savages. They don't just give it. I'm just like, what the fuck? He ain't done shit to you. Did he sneeze on you while your mouth was open? What the fuck? During the tournament, have exploded with racial slurs, making a significant portion of the abuse directed at athletes, partially black players. Then there's the commentary. Several coaches, pundits, and public figures have come under fire for describing black players with tired stereotypes, praising them for being physical or wild, while questioning, do you not understand how the old ancient fucking like systems in Africa and in America before people came and colonized that shit were very, very actually intricate and detailed? I mean, the Natchez tribe had their own democracy. Okay? Jesus. Anyways, here's the thing. Soccer calls itself the world's game. Well, if it's the world's game, then the world has to do better, for real. You can't plaster no racism on stadium walls while players are being abused in stands. Thank you. Are you my cousin? Oh, no, you're not my cousin. Are you my cousin? You might be my cousin. I don't know. I got a cousin named Shannon. Anyways, online and sometimes by the very people paid about to talk about the sport. The beautiful game loses a little of its beauty every time hate gets louder than the fans cheering for great competition. I thought we knew this at Little League when the ignorant ass drunk motherfuckers show their ass. The good news is the FIFA says it's investigating recent incidents and has publicly condemned racism. My ass, this shit has been happening more than just this year. Okay? I don't even like soccer and I know about it. The challenge now is making sure those statements come with real consequences. A senator, Jesus, because until people know racism will cost them something too, I told you, hit them where it hurts. Hit motherfuckers where it hurts, and then they'll shut the fuck up. Too many will keep treating it like it's just another part of the game, and it shouldn't be ever. There are a lot of entitled fucking people in these last few generations, and I just don't get it. I'm like, who told you this shit was cool? Now, here comes some more shit. While Trump says the economy is booming, the reality points to black recession. I already feel it. And this dumbass tongue asked me if I'm going to give her $300 motherfucking dollars. 300. Girl, if you are my cousin, I swear to God, I don't know what I'll do. Anyways, $300 motherfucking dollars to go mine for some I'm not mining Bitcoin. I still don't know. I did some Bitcoin when it first started. I don't know what the fuck the account or my damn account is, but I bet you that bitch got a lot of money in it. But I sure in the hell wish I knew what the hell that account name was. Anyways, let's talk about this mess. You've probably heard politicians say the economy is doing great, but for a whole lot of people, the grocery receipt is telling a different story. A new report highlights a growing disconnect between the headline celebrating economic growth and what many Black Americans are actually experiencing. While officials point to stock market gains and positive economic, and that does not affect real people, stupid. Indicators. Many Black households are still dealing with higher debt, rising housing costs, and a widening wealth gap. I was homeless almost 2 years ago, homeless. If not for my homegirl up in here, I would have been just in my car. According to the article, that Black home ownership fell to 43.9% during the first half of 2025, while Americans collectively carry more than 1.25 trillion in credit card debt. That's fucked up. Isn't that a form of slavery? Basically, when you hear You basically have to hear him in reverse. When he says other people are doing stuff, it's him. Okay, that's how you have to filter when he talks. If you want to hear him, I can't stand the sound of his voice. Me, I hurry up and fast forward through shit. Anyways, it also notes that roughly 40% of Americans don't have enough savings to cover a $400 emergency plan. I certainly don't. Here's the thing: the stock market is not the economy for most people. Hell no. If your rent keeps going up, there is no rent cap out here. If your rent keeps going up, grocery costs more than they did last year. Look, I've stopped eating. If I can get one meal a day, I'm good. Shit, I went 3 days without eating. Didn't even notice the shit. Insurance keeps climbing, and you're putting everyday expenses on a credit card. I am not. Just to make it to payday. Hearing the economy is booming can sound disconnected from real life. That's why economists often say two things can be true at once. The overall economy can show signs of growth while many families continue to struggle with affordability. That's because rich motherfuckers are spending their money, not us. Anyways, polling has found that many Americans, including Republicans, remain skeptical. I'm not saying that word. That the economy feels strong in their own households, with the cost of living continuing to be the top concern. So don't judge the economy by political speeches alone. Please don't, because the person talking is a liar. Pretty much the whole crew is a liar. They're liars. They're demons. I really think they're demons. Judge it by whether people can afford groceries, whether families can buy a home, they can't, whether folks are building savings instead of piling debt, they're not, and whether working a full-time job feels like you're getting ahead. You're not, unless you have 3 of them. Because an economy isn't just about numbers on a chart. It's about whether everyday people can build a life, not just survive one. Man, I've been in survival mode since I was fucking 6. I'm so damn tired, it's ridiculous. I went to sleep at fucking between 5 and 6 o'clock this morning. I went to the doctor at 8:30 this morning. Anyways, here goes some more shit. They fucking with us. Trump's administration ends near decade-long plan for Harriet Tubman to be on the $20 bill. I was so excited for that shit too. I thought it was going to happen and then I gave up. Well, this motherfucker just killed it. God dang it. I can't stand that. Orange lives don't matter. Let me just say that quickly. Orange lives do not matter. I need to make a shirt. Harriet Tubman was supposed to be on the $20 bill now. Now that plan is officially dead. For nearly a decade, Americans were told that Harriet Tubman would become the new face of the $20 bill. Now the plan has officially been shelved. This week, Treasury Secretary, the asshole I want to punch in the face, every time I see him, I want to punch him in the face. I really want to punch him. Scott Bessent, I want to punch him in the face. Confirmed that the administration is not at present moving forward. In other words, they ain't doing that shit, and they never going to be able to do that shit because they going to try to stay in office as long as they fucking can. We going to have to pull them ugly ass bastards out. The idea was first announced in 2016 during the Obama administration and was originally expected to debut in 2020. I was ready. Since then, it has faced repeated delays, and it's not just Republicans doing that shit. Who you telling? God dang it. And let's not forget, this place was not discovered. It was stolen. How the hell you going to discover shit people already there? We're going to talk about that. I'm going to do a TED Talk in a minute because we're going to talk about that Facebook page because I had 2 people talk to me about it. They were in that bitch. I thought it was a joke until people started making media about it. I tried to get in. It was already deleted. But the next time, I'm jumping in. Anyways, since then, it has faced repeated delays, and now the project has effectively been halted. So have the windmills. Have you heard about that shit? The dude is wasting money to get people not to do windmills. What the fuck is wrong with this dude? We already know you're bald-headed and have fucking hair plugs. Now, let's remember why this mattered. Harriet Tubman wasn't just an abolitionist. I bet you thought I couldn't say that one. She escaped slavery, returned to rescue others through the Underground Railroad. I would do that shit just to be petty. Served the Union during the Civil War and became one of the most recognized freedom fighters in American history. If the redesign had happened, she would have become the first black person featured on the front of the U.S. paper currency. If that fucktard, who ain't even been in this country that long, gets to be on a fucking bill, damn it, you better put her on a fucking bill. Because my family been here longer than that damn orangutan. It's a zoo. That's what it is. All the motherfuckers are animals. They're animals that possess bodies. That's what it is. That's why they're so ugly. Supporters of the decision argue that redesigning U.S. currency is a lengthy process involving security risks. You just dirty bastards don't want to do it, okay? Security features and anti-counterfeiting technology. Critics, however, point out that the proposal survived years of planning only to be abandoned after a change in administration because they're racist. Several lawmakers have already criticized the move, saying honoring Tubman's legacy on American currency is long overdue. Have y'all not forgotten this is the asshole that is literally trying to erase all the shit that anybody that wasn't white contributed to this fucking country? The fuck is wrong with y'all? Here's the bigger question. Money isn't just something we spend. It's almost something we look at every day. I hate money, real talk. The people we choose to put on our currency tell a story about who we honor, whose history we celebrate, and what we believe deserves to be remembered. Look, I'm still laughing my ass off on the fact that George Washington couldn't get that one little girl back. Ha! You petty bastard. And he spent his whole life trying to get her back. Leave that woman alone. Whether you supported the redesign or not, one fact remains. Harriet Tubman's legacy doesn't depend on being printed on a $20 bill. We know, but damn it, stop flinging that shit in the face of us like that dude from that commercial talking about, oh, almost got it. You almost got it. History already gave her a place that no piece of paper can ever take away. But for now, if you were hoping to see her in your wallet, you will have to keep waiting. You have no idea. If I ever got that damn bill, that shit would stay somewhere. That very first one would stay somewhere in my house. I promise you. You'd never see that bitch. I have it in you know how them Japanese people have like a shrine in their house? I would have a shrine. I'm sorry, but I would have a shrine. That's it though for black terrorists. Right now, real quick, we're gonna have a laugh because I need to have an unhinged TED talk. Okay, I need to talk about something. Y'all might not have heard about it, but I need to talk about it. So, did y'all hear about the what you call it? That channel that Facebook, I'm proud, I love being white. Did y'all hear about that shit? Because I heard about it when it happened and I didn't believe it until I started seeing people. Because I had two people, they took screenshots and they were they were putting it on their Facebook. And I was like, oh my God, that can't be true. I can't believe it. I didn't know, you know, y'all motherfuckers make me, you fucks. That's all I can say. You fucks surprise me more and more with your stupidity. I'm so serious. I really overestimated this country. For real. I thought there were more smart people in this bitch. But y'all literally hired a fucking felon 34 times. He probably has touched many of children. He has talked about touching people. I can't stand the fact that he always want to touch people. I don't think people should touch each other unless you want to be touched. Nobody wants you to touch him. Nobody, you orangutan, nobody wants you touching them. That's all I'm saying. Nobody wants you touching him. Nobody. He looks like he stinks. I'm just gonna let y'all know. He looks like he stinks. He looks like he stinks, and he smells like mold. I feel like that fucker smells like mold. I told you I was homeless. I drove 2 hours to where I was registered. I did not hear about that. But I rode 2 hours to go vote. Not for that bastard. Oh my Lord. And I'm not even a fan of Kamala, but damn it, she needed to rule. She needed it. Okay. I'm not a fan, but I voted for her ass. And I'll do it again. So, anyways, now it's time. That's just been it. Oh, you didn't hear about it, girl? It was funny as hell. You had to see it. I have some screenshots. Maybe I'll show them on Friday. Check out the clips. But girl, it was so funny. People was up in that bitch talking about it. We in this bitch. They had a Mexican dude, a Mexican woman talking about, oh, open borders. We up in here, pendejo. I'm just like, they all came up. And if you wasn't, everybody was in that bitch. It was a Rainbow Coalition. I heard they had Asian folks running up in there, and it's because the dumbass that made the damn group didn't like solidify it. And why the fuck then they came back with questionnaires, because all you could just run up in that bitch at first. That's what I heard. Then they turned around and they had questions like, are you white? Anybody can lie. Okay, I can lie. And look at the motherfucker who's running the country. All he does is lie. So hell yeah. And I promise you, the next time you motherfuckers get in and someone open the door, I'm running my ass up in there. I'm lecturing bitches. I'm fucking dragging motherfuckers. It was comedy. The takeover. Oh my God, it was lovely. And then I heard they did it to another group. Oh, I promise you, don't invite me. I'm coming in that bitch with a dissertation first. I'm having a documentary, because look, people call me Huey at this point. You know, Huey from the Boondocks. Oh my God, I will fluff my hair. I'm going live in that bitch, okay? I'm making cartoons about black folks in that bitch. I'm sitting up there asking questions. I'm getting myself a Caucasian name. I'm gonna go do everything, okay? I'm treating that bitch like Disneyland. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I know it's wrong, but I don't care. That's the song I thought about. Because seriously, Mickey scared the shit out of me. I don't understand his voice. It's just like so fucking high. When does he hit puberty? That was my question. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. It is now. Thank you for coming to my Unhinged TED Talk. I'm done. All right. Also, Terry, just to let you know, my numbers are jumping, and you know what happens when we hit 100. I actually show myself. Because for some reason, some jackass thought I was AI. I stutter too damn much and mess up too damn much to be AI. And then they, literally, I took a picture of myself and I sampled the skin color. This is my skin color for real, in real life. Just don't come looking for me, because I'm old. Anyways, it's time for Terry's favorite part. Playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes. You already know what it's about.
I don't want the second, I want this. I'm rolling my head way, I'm a ring. I've been moving like I had this.
All right, y'all. So, frustrated Democrats are demanding aggressive new voices to take down Trump. Please do. Please do. I still don't understand how Jasmine lost, because that, if anything, was one of the most aggressive voices. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It was like watching ESPN. Anyways, election losses have consequences. And right now, a growing number of Democrats aren't just frustrated with Republicans. They're frustrated with their own damn party. I've been frustrated. Been frustrated. I'm still trying to figure out how these motherfuckers that wasn't even born here are running shit. Can we please deport the fucking weirdo that wants to go to Mars? Please let him go to Mars, please. According to a new report, many Democratic voters are calling for new leadership, younger voters. How many times I told y'all, we need to just go ahead and make it nationwide. Everybody got to retire at 65. Methuselah, you need to quit. Shit. These motherfuckers, I hear them cracking and I'm thinking I'm hearing popcorn. That's how much they old. Shit. Anyways, and they need more aggressive strategy, because Schumer ain't gonna do shit except for adjust his glasses and think about that goddamn stupid ass, invisible, not real couple, old ass. Even the couple is old. That he's imagining who he would be. Your constituents are not imaginary, okay? We're going to fire your ass. Anyways, after recent election setbacks, critics inside the party say they're tired of what they see as cautious messaging and leaders who spend more time reacting than setting the agenda. Some activists argue the party needs candidates who are willing to fight harder in public, dominate social media, and connect with voters who feel ignored. How about you just do what you said you're going to do? I think that's all you really need to do. If you do what you say you actually going to do, people might actually vote for your ass. You know, it's a little thing. It sounds simple. It's so simple. Others believe Democrats need to stop focusing on internal fights and instead keep their attention on issues like the cost of living, health care, and housing. Exactly. That's what we want. Here's the part that caught my attention. Everybody seems to agree something needs to change. Hell yeah, this whole country needs to change. If you ask me, I'm trying to jump ship. The problem is nobody argues what that change should be. Let's see. Work equality, wealth equality, health equality. It's all about equality. Shit. I could tell you, do you have time? I can tell you what the hell needs to change. Should the power move further left? I don't know. Everybody tells me I'm left field. I don't think y'all want to be there. Stay closer to the center? I don't know, because Schumer pisses me off. Find an entire and Hakeem. And find an entirely, he's like Negro light, seriously. Find an entirely new generation of leaders. Those debates are playing out in primaries across the country. They're likely to shape the party long before the next presidential election. Well, if your own supporters are publicly saying we need new leadership, that's not just criticism. That's a warning light on the dashboard. And please go sit your old ass down. The political parties can survive forever on at least we're not the other guy. You have a brain dead motherfucker up in there. You do realize that, right? You have a brain dead turtle up in that bitch. Can you? I'm trying to get good with God. Political parties can survive forever on that shit. Eventually, voters want to hear what you are for, not just what you're against. Because if you keep playing the game of ignoring what your own base is telling you, don't be surprised if the prize is another disappointing election. Because I'm serious, y'all need to get the hell out of here if y'all ain't gonna do something right. Now here goes some accountability. I gotta call out our own because this motherfucker playing around. Andrew Gillum's latest arrest marks another setback for former Democratic rising star. You dumbass. This is the motherfucker that make you sit up there and go, no, come on, shit. So, of course, it's I hate Florida. I really fucking hate that state. I'm sorry if you from Florida. I think all the MAGA and all of the fucking dumbasses that don't have enough sense to try and do something with themselves need to get on that bitch. We need to seriously saw that peen off and push it on. Let them have their own country. Let that be a country. Because I fucking hate that. And including my aunt. It's on site if I ever see her. It's on site. Well, no, it's not. I'm trying to be good. But I still don't like her ass. Anyways, this is just sad. Former Florida gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum. Are you fucking Brian Donald 2.0? Once considered one of the Democratic Party's brightest rising stars, has been arrested again. This time, police in Daphne, Alabama. What the fuck are you doing in Alabama? Daphne, Alabama, charged with unlawful possession of a controlled substance and second-degree marijuana possession after a traffic stop. I'm pretty sure that controlled substance is possibly white. According to police, officers pulled Gillum over for erratic driving. He was up there. Spotted what appeared to be a glass pipe. Oh, yeah, we know what it is. In plain view, searched the vehicle and they found Mary Jane and a substance that field tested positive for the meth. Gillum he got teeth in this picture though. Maybe this is a picture before. Gillum was released from jail. Oh God, he's still out. He's in the public the following day, and as of now, these are allegations, not convictions. The case will move through the court system like any other criminal matter. What makes the story so difficult is remembering where he once stood. Back in 2018, Gillum came with about 34,000 votes, becoming Florida's first black governor. What the fuck happened? He inspired millions and was widely seen as a future national leader. But in the years since, he faced a series of personal and legal challenges, you think? Including a highly publicized, it has a hotel in it. Hotel incident. a stay in rehab, and a federal corruption case. Well, it's federal, of course, it's corruption. That ended with an acquittal on one charge and a mistrial on others before prosecutors later dropped the remaining counts. God dang, they just had pity for you, sir. Here's the lesson. Talent can open the door. Potential can get people excited. But your decisions determine whether you stay in the room, no matter your politics. It's hard not to look at Andrew Gillum's journey and think about what could have been. One of the most promising political careers of his generation has come. How old is he? Is he my age? Is this my generation? Has become a series of headlines that have little to do with public service. Sometimes the biggest opponent you'll ever face is the one staring back at you in the mirror. If you staring that back at, and they got that much issue, shit, you need help. You need something. Something needs you. I don't know. Moving on. Did y'all hear about these ignorant ass bigots in DC? Yeah. So please sage and fumigate the Blacksonian. MAGA stayed there. That's nasty. And I just want y'all to know, I don't know why that came up there. I have been doing chair exercises, but not yoga. Because, you know, when you see that, that's basically what people been looking at. So pay attention when you see your favorite influencers. See what they're into. Anyways, so sometimes people say something so outrageous that you have to read it twice just to make sure your eyes didn't glitch. Former ESPN anchor Sage Still is facing heavy backlash after saying the National Museum of African American History and Culture should be fumigated. I highly agree with him. Yeah, it's a girl too. Her comments, I highly agree with her. Her comments came during a discussion about criticism from conservatives who argue that the museum promotes divisive narratives about race in America. It does not. It just tells the fucking truth, and you're just too ashamed to see it. Truth ain't comfortable, bitch. Still said she believes the museum has become too political and suggested it needs to be fumigated before it can properly tell America's story. I agree. Now let's pause on that word, fumigate. I know what the hell it means. My house got fumigated when I was little. Yes, I used to have roaches when I was a baby. Well, I didn't. The apartment I was staying in had it. That's a loaded term. Anyways, it literally means to use chemicals to get rid of pests or contamination. I still stand on what I said. Unsurprisingly, many critics saw the remark as deeply offensive when directed at an institution dedicated to preserving Black history and culture. We are trying to preserve it. The jackasses in there weren't. Black leaders, historians, and social media users quickly condemned the comment. I'm not. Arguing that disagreements over exhibits are one thing, but describing a museum devoted to Black history is, in those terms, crosses. I don't think you understand what she's trying to say. It needs to be fumigated to get rid of those damn yokels that got in there and probably funked it up. Y'all taking it way too far. You doing too much. The museum itself isn't just another building in Washington. It houses more than 45,000 artifacts, possibly stolen, documenting slavery, Reconstruction, the Civil Rights Movement, Black military service, music, sports, science, business, and countless other contributions that are part of the American history. It opened in 2016 after decades of planning and bipartisan congressional approval. Here's the big, thank God that jackass wasn't around. He probably would have stole all the money for it. Here's the bigger issue. It's perfectly fair to debate how history is presented. Museums evolve, exhibits change, and people can disagree about interpretation. But we're going to argue about history. Let's do it with evidence, not language that suggests an entire institution dedicated to Black history needs to be cleaned out. It does. They got it dirty. Because history isn't always comfortable. It's not, but they wanted to get rid of it. But pretending uncomfortable history doesn't exist has never made a country stronger. It just makes it less. I don't think they understood. This is what I'm saying. The way that article sounds, I don't think they kind of understood. They weren't saying that the museum in general needs to be fumigated. It's because those fucking cruel ass bigots used it as shelter and funked it up with a whole bunch of prejudice and bullshit. So hell yeah, I think it should be fumigated. Get some sage. Shoot. Anyways, federal judge refuses to allow DOJ puppets to drum up voting lies in Georgia. Thank God. This story is less about who won politically and more about how far the government can go during an investigation, even though this investigation is not needed. It's a waste of resources and money. But yeah, he ain't stopping till we all, like the damn casinos he broke. Anyways, a federal judge has refused to enforce a Department of Justice subpoena that sought the names, home addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, and other personal information of thousands of people who helped administer the 2020 election in Fulton County, Georgia. 2020, mind you, it is 2026. This is petty on top of petty. The request came as part of an ongoing federal investigation into the 2020 election, i.e., trying to basically appease a fucking giant, old ass, ugly ass baby. The judge, William Ray II, called the request staggering and unreasonable because it's stupid. And we all know it. He knows it, but he's still going to do it because he's an orangutan. In his ruling, he said the DOJ failed to show that its need for information outweighed the burden it would place. Hello, the whole administration is a burden. What the hell are you talking about? Or the Fulton County, the fucking burden on Fulton County, or the shit. How about the burden on many damn psychiatrists? They are making money this year and last year, I promise you. And next year it looks pretty good for them too. Anyways, he also noted concerns that forcing disclosures could discourage people from volunteering to help run future elections. The department, they are a fucking mob. They are trying to be a mob, and they have broken into because dumbasses have allowed them into the White House. You might need to fumigate that bitch too. Department of Justice argued this is not the Department of Justice. The Department of Corruption argued it needed the records as part of the criminal investigation into events surrounding the 2020 election that they unfortunately couldn't fucking rig. Fulton County pushed back, saying the subpoena was overly broad and could expose thousands of ordinary election workers. In other words, they're going to call you at 3:00 like they do the fucking Congress to unnecessary risk by turning over the personal information. Now, here's the bigger point. No matter where you stand publicly, election workers are the people who check voters in, hand out ballots, and count votes. Courts have long recognized the exposing large amounts of personal information without a strong legal justification can have consequences beyond a single case. The whole government gonna get sued. That's why the ruling matters. It wasn't a decision about whether the election fraud occurred, which it didn't. It was a decision that whether this particular subpoena was legally justified. Nothing they've done has been legally justified. The investigation itself continues for now. The court says Fulton County does not have to turn over personal information just because the Department of Corruption requested it. That's what the fuck it is. I'm just going to call a spade what a spade is. Moving on. Now look what you done made the damn NAACP do. They pulling out the big boys. I promise you. I'm going to say this again. I don't know how many times. I'm going to say it every fucking time. If you motherfuckers sit your ass up there and tell me you didn't vote, I'm blocking your ass. I don't care who the hell you is. I blocked my dad last year. I'll block you. Okay? I blocked my sperm donor. I'll block you. Anyways, NAACP historic $20 million campaign to mobilize black voters for midterms. I hope they get some food out. I'm hungry. So the NAACP says it's making history. The nation's oldest civil rights organization has announced a $20 million voter mobilization campaign, calling it the largest midterm election investment in its 117-year history. See? That ain't even close to 250. According to the organization, the effort aims to reach 6.5 million black voters across 14 states and 33 congressional districts, while recruiting roughly 20,000 volunteers ahead of the November elections. Hell, I'll do a commercial for you for free. I ain't getting no money for this shit. NAACP President Derek Johnson says the campaign is launching during America's 250th anniversary. It ain't my anniversary, because the organization believes this is a pivotal moment for the country's democracy. Hell yeah, they're getting rid of it. The NAACP leaders say the initiative comes in response to recent court decisions affecting parts of the Voting Rights Act, which they shouldn't have touched in the first fucking place, and changes to congressional district maps that they believe could impact representation. You think? According to the NAACP, the campaign will focus on traditional voter outreach, including community events, canvassing, voter education, registration efforts leading up to Election Day. The organization also says it plans to continue pursuing voting right cases in court while advocating on issues it says matter to many communities, including healthcare, housing, education, and economic opportunity. Do realize once we get this shit in order again, everybody's going to be benefiting off of shit we had to fight for that we shouldn't have had to fight for again. Anyways, whether you agree with the group's priorities or the announcement of the significance of its size, a $20 million investment during a midterm election rather than a presidential election signals how seriously the organization views the upcoming races. And it also says you got complacent and you thought there was no way that she could lose to a 34-time convicted felon. But look what the fuck happened. I told you, I just found out these people were really stupid. I didn't know the majority were stupid. As always, the voters will have the final say. Organizations can spend millions on outreach campaigns, can flood the airwaves with ads, and candidates can make all the promises they want. But when election day arrives, it's still the people who decide what happens, unless you rig that shit. Oh, it's probably going to be all the blue states. Probably all the blue states. Or it could probably be all the red states. I don't know. I really don't know. But this is a reminder worth keeping in mind every election season. And every election season, your ass better not tell me you didn't vote. Because I swear to God, we ain't going to be friends no more. I don't care who the hell you are. I told you, I blocked my dad. He pissed me the fuck off. Now, I don't know how to feel about this. But wait a minute. That's wrong. Oh, here it is. This is the history. Here we go. This man right here. This old man gonna be comfortable. I hope he gets the best nurse, the best health. And if this motherfucker actually did this shit, I hope they whoop his ass. You can't do that to the elders. I don't care what fucking color they are. Shit. So Atlanta cop who left a black man paralyzed with a taser is now on the hook for $21 million. How the fuck do you pay that shit? I don't even owe that much. Anyways, actions have consequences, and after years of court battles, one former Atlanta police officer just found out that the bill for consequences is $21 million. A federal appeals court has upheld a massive judgment against former Atlanta police officer John Grubbs, who used the taser on Jerry Blassingame, an unarmed 65-year-old, that's 65, damn, he did not have a good life. 65-year-old black man during a 2018 encounter. When Grubbs fired the taser, Blassingame fell face, oh, I know that had to hurt, face first, suffered a catastrophic spinal injury. He's old. That shit don't fix back like that. And left paralyzed from the neck. Oh, that's horrible. He did die. Oh, that poor man. You owe his family. That poor man. You killed that poor man. According to the lawsuit, Blassingame wasn't threatening officers. He was running away after being approached while asking people for money. Oh, he was homeless. A jury found that use of the taser amounted to excessive force. You think? He looks so frail. He did not have a good season. And now the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has affirmed the decision, leaving Grubbs personally responsible for the paying the judgment. Good for your ass. Now, here's where it stands out. Police officers absolutely have difficult jobs. I had an uncle who was a state trooper. He was one of the good ones. And there are situations where force is necessary. But courts have also made it clear that not every fleeing suspect justifies every level of force. In this case, the jury concluded that what happened crossed the line, and the appeals court agreed. This ruling isn't just about one officer, though. It's a reminder that qualified immunity doesn't automatically shield every action. If you just want to be a barbarian, take your ass somewhere else. Shit, go to the fucking Netherlands, not with the people, but where the motherfuckers can't live, and all that ice and shit. Go there and get your ass frozen to a popsicle, an ignitsicle, okay? And with courts finding an officer violated someone's constitutional rights, accountability can come with a his life is worth more than 21 million, in my opinion. So if your decision leaves an unarmed man paralyzed, don't be surprised when a jury leaves your wallet paralyzed too. You should be lucky your ass didn't have to like give up body parts or something. Jesus, that is just disgusting. That is it for playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes. I hope he has the week he deserves. Now we're gonna go move on to Black History. I gotta pull something up because there's some pictures that y'all need to see. I don't even know why I just took the picture and then just leave that up there. Let me get this up here for y'all, because this right here is something that we need to talk about. These are photos from our history. And unfortunately, if we keep fucking around, that shit gonna be our what you call it too. I'm just saying, it's gonna be our what you call it. Hold on. Well, at least I now know what that button does. Sorry, give me a second. I'm just doing this. All right, and now I have it up. Before we go there, I want to go ahead and do my commercial. If you like what I'm doing, if you don't like what I'm doing and you have suggestions, please hit me up in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Oops, shit. Wrong button. It's always a struggle for me. Subscribe, please. If you don't like what I'm doing and you just want to be an asshole, go ahead and do that too, because I got time. I ain't got no job and I'm petty as fuck right now. And plus I'm ornery. That means I'll be here for a while. Anyways, that's it. Let me go ahead and do the commercial. I'll be right back with some serious news. Some history, some Black history.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and it's just me and the fam. Yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little tay, that's my girl, that's my mascot. The ones go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
All right, let me go ahead and get this up here because this is the number one picture right here. I know even if you weren't alive when this happened, you saw this picture right here. So this is 13 photos that captured Black resistance. Okay, captured Black resistance and changed history forever. No, I do not be looking up the Minions. I don't know why that shit is up there. Anyways, did I watch the Minions? I don't think so. Anyways, so let's check this out. Okay. So they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. When it comes to Black history, some pictures are worth an entire history book. The Root put together 13 powerful photographs that capture moments of Black resistance, Black resilience, courage, and triumph. Every single one reminds us that our history wasn't just written with speeches. It was written with people who refuse to give up. So let's just run through all 13. Number one, you saw it. You have enslaved people who escaped bondage, risked everything for freedom. Every step they took said, I'd rather die free than live in chains. And that's what that first one is basically showing you right there. That one right there. She did not stop. Look at all them people. I don't see not another brown face. And she wearing glasses. Oh, that's a damn target for them bastards. Let's keep moving. Number two shows the courage of an ordinary Black American standing up against segregation. Where is she? Yes, standing up against segregation, proving that sometimes the biggest act of bravery is simply refusing to move. Give me a second. Let me push. Look. The one thing I'm worried about is her lungs, but still, she didn't give a shit. She had no fucks to give. And her last name is Jenkins. My goddamn, one of my teachers in my high school was named Jenkins, and she reminds me of her, really. All right, moving on. Number three captures students integrating schools despite angry mobs screaming in their faces. Imagine going to class. Okay, that was not the right picture. They're out of the way. Well, you saw it, but this is Emmett Till right here. And if you can't, don't look at it then, because that's a real, that's what happened to him. It basically tells you what they did to Emmett. I just want y'all to see these pictures so you know what's going on, because this shit could come back if we keep fucking around like this. That young man was so handsome. And then here we go right here where they went with her. This is Elizabeth Ford. She faced a mob of for education in 1956. My mom was 6 years old when that happened. Moving on. Then we got Ruby Bridges integrating in all school, and she was nothing but a tiny little something. Look at her. She's so tiny. She was 6 years old. That's ridiculous. You got babies being brave, and these assholes doing the shit they doing. Oh, I can't stand it. Then you have the Greensboro forced sit-in right here, where they remind us of lunch counter sit-ins where young black activists fought racism without throwing a single punch. They use discipline as their weapon. It's ridiculous. That shit got to go this way. Hey, Joker. Hey, how you doing? I'm sad. We just history them stuff. We ain't gonna be this. Ooh, Lord have mercy. It's disgusting. That's what they did to our people. That man was a slave at that time. And those were keloid scars from being whooped so damn much. It's called the Scourge Back of 1863, and it was in Baton Rouge. Here go this one. I love this one right here. This is one that I saw a lot, even though I wasn't born around the time. My mama played that stuff a lot. She's very black, pro-black, very pro-black. She tried to join the Black Panthers in Chicago when she was 15. And she ended up in Boston. So anyways, so that was Tommy Smith, John Carlos. They raised, see, always somebody named Carlos around. Raised their fist in a civil rights gesture on the Olympic stand in Mexico City. And a man sits up there and goes on a knee. And these motherfuckers sit up there and fire him and just screw up his whole damn life. Ooh, DJ Screw. I would listen to that. Anyways, the Black Panther Party protest at California State Capitol. Look at that. Now, these motherfuckers do not be wanting to be on TV. They just happen to catch them. Okay, that motherfucking group that you saw, that was not the real ones. So a smiling state police lieutenant, Ernest Holloway, grabs the arm of a member of the Black Panther Party as he tries to push past him into the state capitol. Man, I can't stand when these motherfuckers think that we just gonna play around. I wish that commercial would stop. With a rifle in his left hand, the lieutenant only wanted to warn him not to cause disturbances inside. Either way, they made it quite clear they was there. Now look, this one, I know y'all know this, and it screwed up his whole career. When Colin Kaepernick took a knee, how come nobody else? How come we ain't heard about the other people that took a knee? There was other people that took a knee. Look, there's 3 right there. Then there's the take a stand in Baton Rouge. This reminds me of something that happened before, and this is modern shit. We are repeating. Oh my God, we are actually repeating it. Oh God, we are repeating. Oh my God, we are repeating history. This shit was done in 2016. Oh my God. We are repeating it. I'm not picking cotton. Then there's Devin Allen's Time magazine cover, America 2015. Okay, so all we care about is football, huh? Oh, okay. That sounds about right. Conglomerate, trying to make money. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that sounds about right, too. A black man getting chased by a bunch of cops. Yeah, that sounds about right. What hasn't changed and what has changed and what hasn't? Not a whole lot. Not a whole damn lot. Anyways, moving on. Surrounded by white supremacists. Yeah, this one was last week. Why? This one was last week. That's a damn shame. But these are the 13 pictures. And then wait, we ain't done. Here go Love Against the Law, Richard and Mildred Loving. This is a married couple. Let's see here now. It was banned in 16 states. They got married in Virginia and they were jailed for just loving each other. I hope he was a good ally, because you never know. Some of them motherfuckers that say they allies ain't really allies, and all of a sudden they show you their back real quick. But that's it for that. Let's move on, because we are not done. We now have what's next, because we don't have a whole lot tonight. We're almost done. I told you we ain't gonna be here all night. I don't like being here all night. All right. So now it's time for culture. We got about 3 culture stories and a bunch of celebrity shit. We'll get through them as fast as I can. Hold on now. Let me see. All right. Here we go. Where's my culture? There it is. Oh, sorry. Black women's next breakthrough starts with one another. Here's a question. How many talented black women never got the promotion? Not because they weren't qualified, but because nobody opened the door. A new opinion piece in The Word in Black argues that as diversity programs shrink and many companies pull back from workplace equity efforts, the dirty fucks, black women can't afford to wait for someone else to create opportunities. Instead, the author says the next generation of black women leaders will rise because black women invest in, mentor, and sponsor one another. The article points to a troubling trend. Hey, I told you, I'm willing to homeschool. Use my talents, please. I taught overseas. Recent workplace research shows women are becoming less interested in pursuing promotions than they were just a few years ago. At the same time, many organizations are scaling back diversity initiatives and anti-bias programs. The message, according to the author, is simple. If institutions aren't creating pathways forward, communities will have to build their own. Now, here's something I like. The article makes a distinction between mentors and sponsors. A mentor gives advice. A sponsor uses their influence to help you get into rooms you couldn't get into by yourself. I need a sponsor. That's the difference between someone saying you got this and someone saying I'm putting your name on this opportunity. I need me a sponsor. Those are the two very different levels of support. And honestly, we've seen this throughout Black history, whether it was church, fraternities, sororities, beauty salons, barbershops, neighborhood businesses, or family networks. It's always family network for me. I got a lot of family. We've often moved forward because somebody reached back and pulled somebody else up. That's how communities grow. Not by climbing the ladder and then kicking it away, but holding it steady for the next person. Because we got to get over that damn crab mentality. If you get up from the bucket, put that damn claw out and pull someone up. Haven't you seen them do the monkeys that hold on to each other, little chain monkeys? We need to do that, but not be monkeys, please. Yeah, we need to do that with crabs because this is getting ridiculous. That's all I got to say. But that's pretty much wait a minute, that can't be it. Yeah, that's it. That is it for the culture. We just need to help each other get out of the damn bucket, and if we don't, nobody else will. That's why I'm so glad about this so-called what you call it, what is it oh god, I forgot. Transfer of wealth, that's what it is. I need to smoke. Anyways, we need to keep doing that because it's ridiculous, and we need not overcharge each other either. Just support. Stop trying to steal shit. That's what got people nervous anyways. People overcharging, knowing damn well people can't afford that shit. We can't support you if we can't feed ourselves too. What the hell is this up right here? God dang it. Anyways, good news. I just had this up here and didn't even know that. This is a struggle show. So a former freed black man finally gets recognition he deserves. So this was in Boston, where I'm from. He was buried and forgotten next to Paul Revere. Sometimes good news isn't about finding something new. Sometimes it's about finally remembering someone we should have never forgotten. For more than 200 years, the grave of formerly enslaved black man named Boston, his name is Boston, sat in plain sight at Boston Granary Burying Ground. I've never been there. Surrounded by some of the most famous names in American history, including Paul Revere, Samuel Adams, the dude with the beer, and victims of the Boston Massacre. Yet while tourists came from around the world to visit those famous graves, Boston's story was largely overlooked. Damn it, next time I go to Boston, I'm going over there to look at him. Boston, who was once enslaved under the name Sebastian, I'd rather Boston, earned his freedom after the death of the man who enslaved him. Historical records show he became a respected handyman in colonial Boston, married, raised a family, and was listed among the city's free black residents. Yet over time, his identity faded into history. Now, thanks to historians and conservation experts restoring the I can't be AI symmetry, his gravestone has been cleaned, preserved, and his story is finally being told. And that's what makes this story powerful news. History often remembers the generals, the politicians, and the wealthy. But there were countless ordinary black men and women who survived slavery, built communities, raised families, and helped shape this country without ever getting their flowers. Boston was one of them. He rediscovered his rediscovered story is also a reminder that Black history didn't begin with the civil rights movement. It stretches all the way back to the earliest days of this nation, even if too many of those stories were buried, ignored, or forgotten for generations. So today's good news isn't just about a gravestone. It's about dignity. It's about a man whose name was almost erased from history, finally being spoken again. Because every person deserves to be remembered, and sometimes the greatest act of justice is making sure history finally says your name. That's just what AI. I am not AI. The AI doesn't stutter as much as me. I talked to it. I heard its voice. It's very clear. It is very clear and confident. Not me. Shit, I give up. If I can't say that shit, I will give up. You have been there and you have seen it. Another good story. See, my goddamn moderator distracts me and then I go on a tangent. Anyways. Spelman student honored for mental health work. She need to come see me because this is what happens when your moderator is named after the Joker. Sometimes the people who make the biggest difference are the people who first experience the pain themselves. Meet Kyra Wagner, a rising senior at Spelman College. Woo, she's smart. Who's being recognized nationally for her work in mental health advocacy. Maybe she can get me to stop being batshit crazy. After receiving the 2026 Student Voice of Mental Health Award, her journey didn't start in a classroom. It started at home after learning during the panorama that one of her brothers was struggling with his mental health. That moment changed the direction of her life. Instead of, laugh, ha, oh yeah, keep on. Instead of asking, why is this happening? She started asking, how can I help? Today, Kyra is working to make sure young people, especially Black students, know that asking for help isn't a weakness. I came from what's goes in this house, stays in this house. But damn it, I'm too crazy. So now I don't give a shit. I'm telling you everything now. It's strength through through campus leadership and advocacy. She's been encouraging honest conversations about mental health while helping reduce the stigma that keeps so many people suffering in silence. And here's why this matters. Studies show that more than 1 in 5 adults experience a mental illness each year. I started at 6. I was burnt out at 6. And most lifetime mental health conditions begin before age 24. Yet many young people never seek help because they're afraid of being judged or misunderstood. I was in Mississippi, Sunflower, Mississippi, I was very short. I was very short and I couldn't off myself. That's how bad it was. We talked about that on the Friday podcast. They're pushing me to talk about more stuff that's supposed to be helping people. Anyways, she's proven that leadership isn't always about standing behind a podium. Sometimes leadership looks like checking on a friend. It is listening without judgment, or simply reminding someone they don't have to fight every battle alone. So today's good news isn't just the Spelman student received an award. It's she's helping build a future where talking about mental health is just as normal as talking about physical health. Because when one person turns their family struggle into hope for thousands of others, that's not just an award-winning story. It's kind of like a legacy worth celebrating. Now, what I would like to say is I do apologize since we're going so late. Usually we don't, but damn it, a whole bunch of people died this tonight. A whole bunch of people got unalived tonight. I mean, back to back to back to back. Oh, we're not done. So let's keep talking. So new Portsmouth Museum celebrating Black women gets $1 million boost from Virginia. That's what I'm talking about. That's some good news. So now this is a kind of investment I can get behind. Not that damn Trump thing. Virginia lawmakers have approved a $1 million investment to help launch the Museum of Black Women Innovators in Portsmouth, Virginia. I hope no Karens come and try to stop it. The museum's mission is simple but powerful. Shine a spotlight on Black women whose inventions, discoveries, and leadership helped shape America, even though many of us were never taught their names. I tried to invent something. That shit was expensive. I got scammed. The museum's founder, Angela Reddix, says she often, not Reddit, but Reddix, says she often asks people to name Black women inventors, and most people can't. Not because those women didn't exist, but because history didn't always give them the credit they deserve. And also, most people don't have that information just there in their head. They're usually trying to figure out, how am I going to pay my bills? Think about women like Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner. That's her whole name. Who revolutionized feminine hygiene, tampon. Marion Croak, whose work helped make modern internet phone calls possible. That's VoIP. Sarah Good, whose folding cabinet and bed transformed how people live in small places. She made $1 out of 15 cents, basically. The women changed everyday life, yet many people have never heard their names. Like these idiots talking about, there's no Black inventors, you jackass. To celebrate America's 250th with I Won't, the museum plans to honor 250 Black women. I'll celebrate them, but I'm not celebrating this anniversary. Holler at me in 4 years when we've been free for 165 years. Anyways, Black women innovators across 14 different fields, including science, technology, politics, business, medicine, and activism. Their stories will be brought to life through artwork, exhibits, and community storytelling. And this is what gave me the chills. The museum will be housed inside a building that was once a segregated department store where Black people couldn't even shop or work. That is goddamn poetic justice. That's what that is. Today, that same space is being transformed into a place that celebrates Black excellence. Now, that's what you call flipping the script. Hell yeah. And thanks to the state's investment, students will be able to visit for free, helping whole new generations learn about inventors, pioneers, and trailblazers who too often got left out of the history books. The museum is expected to have a soft opening later this year, following a grand opening in 2027. Hey, if I got the money, I'll go. Because here's the truth. You can't become what you've never seen. And every young Black girl deserves to walk into a museum and look at walls and realize people who look like me didn't just survive history, they made history. That's what I'm talking about. And that is it for our good news. We're going to move on into celebrity news. And before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do my commercial again and do some promo. If you like CBD and you like your lips popping, you might want to check out this Black-owned company. It's called CBD Honey Lips. She is a Black woman, so it's female-owned, it's Black. She can be found on Twitch, Instagram, and Threads. Check her out. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, there's a camera on me, and everything I'm doing, she's doing. So if you see my hand go to my mouth, yeah, there's a pipe there too. Anyways, here go my commercial. I'll be right back with the celebrity news. It's kind of chunky, so if you don't want to be here, but you'll be amazed at some of the shit I'm about to report. All right, here go my commercial. I'll be right back.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay-Tay, that's my hype girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with them racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
So Jermaine Dupri sued Sony Music for $18 million in unpaid royalties. Damn, you let it get that bad? God damn. When it comes to music, the hit records may be loud, but the accounting books are often where the real drama happens. Music producer and So-So Def founder Jermaine Dupri has filed a federal lawsuit against Sony Music Entertainment, claiming the company owes him and his label more than $18 million in unpaid royalties, dating back over 3 decades. How the hell you let 3 decades? Okay. According to the lawsuit, Dupri says Sony engaged in a systemic pattern of underreporting royalties. They're stealing from you, failing to report others altogether, and even changing royalty statements years later. They're stealing from you. The lawsuit names group projects involving artists like Usher, Mariah Carey, Criss Cross. If you don't know who that is, you too damn young. Escape, Da Brat, Bow Wow, or Little Bow Wow, Jagged Edge, Bone Crusher, and several others whose music was released through or connected to So Def. One of the biggest disputes involves Criss Cross. Are they both still alive? I thought one died. Dupree alleges Sony failed to properly report royalties from the duo's first albums for years and says more than $2.2 million is still owed from those projects alone. He also claims Escape's early albums and Da Brat's classic debut, Funkdafied, were that fucked up a lot of people's enunciations. Anyways, improperly accounted for, leaving millions of dollars unpaid. They stole from you. What you talking about? That ain't accidental. They did that on purpose. Now, before anybody starts declaring winners, these allegations are in civil lawsuits. Sony has not yet filed its response in court. They stole it. And the company has not publicly addressed the claims. They did it. The legal process will determine whether Dupree's allegations hold up. But here's the bigger lesson. Artists spend years fighting to own their masters. How about y'all stop selling them bitches? Maybe we also need to spend just as much time talking about understanding the paperwork. I ain't signing shit until I read everything. Even if I got to get a binoculars or a magnifying glass, I'm reading it all. You ain't hiding shit from me. Because a hit song makes millions, but if the accounting isn't right, somebody else may be singing all the way to the bank. This is definitely one lawsuit we'll be watching, because if these allegations are proven true, we're not talking about pocket change. We're talking about 18 million worth of unanswered questions, and you better not let the White House know, because they'll probably try to steal that shit too. Anyways, moving on. Chris Brown in trouble. Chris Brown in trouble. Look, Chris Brown's ex-housekeeper. Why you got a housekeeper? Well, wins $13 million settlement after horrific dog attack. I mean, how many people you got in the house where you need somebody other than your ass? Well, see, I've never been rich. Maybe that's why. Here's a reminder that sometimes your biggest legal... Why is he blonde? That's the shit that's been bothering me for the longest. His hair don't look healthy. It looks brittle. It looks ugly. Is this a style? I don't know. Anyways, here's a reminder that sometimes your biggest legal problem isn't something you did. It's something you were responsible for. As Los Angeles jury has ordered Chris Brown to pay nearly $13 million to his former housekeeper, Maria Avila. She's going to be happy. After she was viciously attacked by a dog at Brown's California home in 2020. Why do you have that damn dog there without you? The jury found Brown liable for negligence after determining that the attack left Avila with permanent injuries, including facial disfigurement, nerve damage, and vision. Okay, I have a question, because I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure everybody in the hood knows damn well if their pet or something on their land, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but hood folks know the law. They know if shit goes down on their land, they're liable. I don't understand how this dude didn't know that his fucking dog, nobody else's, it wasn't a stray dog, it was his dog on his land, bit the shit out the woman. He should have known this shouldn't just be getting settled. He should have had paid for her medical shit, all that in 2020. The fuck? He was there? Oh, damn it. You saw it happen. God dang it. I can't see. There's a reason why I stopped listening to him. There's a reason. According to court testimony, Avila was taking out the trash when she was attacked by Brown's Caucasian Shepherd. See, you got a Caucasian Shepherd. See what happens? Named Hades. And its name is Hades. Dude, what are you trying to say? Ooh, I think he was just racist. She underwent multiple surgeries and testified that her life has never been the same. Her sister, who witnessed the attack, god dang, even witnesses. How the fuck did you not just pay out? Why did you have to have this go to court? Was also awarded damages for emotional distress. Really? All you got to do is see something fucked up and you get some money? I see fucked up things every day. Somebody owe me some money. And Avila's husband received compensation as well. What the fuck did he do? Altogether, the judgment comes to nearly $13.8 million. This is a family affair. That's what it sounds like. Brown admitted before trial he bore some... What do you mean some responsibility for the incident, but argued that the extent of the injuries and damage was overstated. The jury ultimately disagreed and ruled in the favor of the housekeeper. Now, I don't know what to tell you. If you own a powerful animal, you're responsible for that damn animal. Your animal is named after a whole race of folks. That's already tells you bougie. It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity, a millionaire, or just somebody with beware of dog sign on the fence. Ownership comes with responsibilities. As many motherfuckers that I know that have fucking pit bulls, we all damn well know to take care of our fucking animals. But this motherfucker with the bad hair decided he was too rich to pay attention. You stupid man, somebody take his card. In this case, the responsibility came with a multi-million-dollar receipt that probably would have been cheaper if you just took that her to the damn hospital, took care of her ass. Shit. That's why this lands squarely in today's, no, this wasn't a stupid game. This was just him being him. That motherfucker does stupid shit. And I need to talk to my damn AI about the script she's writing me, because I don't agree with it all the time. Now, this one is kind of medical, but I wanted to talk to it. Oh, that's what they say. It says she should have gotten at least 100 million. Shit. Fact that, I'm just saying, I'm telling you, he could have came off cheaper if he had just took care of business. They probably did that shit just to fuck with him. I mean, the whole family benefited. But anyways, let's talk about this. Apparently, SZA reveals she's a late autism diagnosis. Well, good for you, dude. I've had fucking depression, and people have been trying to tell me I had Asperger's. I ain't got Asperger's. My psychologist actually screened me. I don't have autism. But anyways, sometimes the biggest thing a celebrity can do isn't release an album. Sometimes it's simply telling the truth. I'm not a celebrity. Why is my homegirl trying to make me do that shit? Grammy-winning singer SZA has revealed that she was formally diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder as an adult. That might explain some of her style. I've been questioning that. In a post shared to her private social media account, she said she finally took the time to get evaluated and learned she has what was previously referred to as Asperger's. So she's smart, a term that's now included under the broader diagnosis of the autism spectrum disorder. I think it get complicated as the years go. I think they just like adding words. Now, here's why it matters. For years, experts have said that girls and women are often diagnosed much later than boys because many learn to mask. Yeah, I looked that shit up because someone really thought I had it. Or hide traits associated with autism. I'm just really eccentric. They adapt, imitate social behaviors, and push through challenges which cause them to be overlooked for years or even decades. This diagnosis can be life-changing. For many adults, finally getting an answer isn't about getting a label. It's about understanding why certain situations have always felt different, why social interactions may have been exhausting, or why they experience the world in unique ways. And that's exactly why SZA's openness is resonating with so many people. She's reminding folks that it's never too late to learn something important about yourself. A diagnosis doesn't change who you are. It simply gives you a better map for understanding yourself. Here's the bigger takeaway, though. Mental health and neurological conditions shouldn't be treated like dirty little secrets. The more public figures speak honestly about their experiences, the more everyday people may feel comfortable. I would have felt comfortable either way. I never really had a stan relationship. The only thing I stan is that damn Alabama, Birmingham, that goddamn folding chair. That's what I stan. That's the only damn thing I stan. The more public figures speak, yeah, I guess you'll feel better if they speak, but I don't give a shit if they have it or not. I'm dealing with it first. I don't give a fuck what you got. I'm dealing with my shit. It's the first step to finally understanding yourself. Me understanding her is going to help me understand me. Okay, if you say so. I was already on it before she even figured that shit out, but okay. And that's it for, I think, celebrity news. Let me check. Sometimes I'm wrong. Nope, that's it for that. It is time for medical news. Health news, if you will. Here we go. So legendary beauty entrepreneur George E. Johnson is dead at 99. Damn, you and Betty White, huh? I guess y'all had a bet. Today, we're not just talking about the passing of a businessman. We're talking about the passing of a man who helped millions of Black people see beauty in themselves long before it was popular to celebrate. Look, I'm telling you right now, as a little child, I had a little figurine in my room. I don't know where that figurine came from. It's a brown boy and a brown dog, and they looking up like those Precious Moments people, but they got bigger eyes, and they're sitting up there like black is beautiful. That was in my room. We're talking about George E. Johnson Sr., the founder of Johnson Products Company. He has died at the age of 99. Rest in power, sir. Starting with just $250 loan, this man made it. In 1954, he built a company that introduced iconic, oh, that's him, products like Afro Sheen. My mama used that. Ultra Sheen. My cousins and me used that for our hair, transforming the black hair care industry and creating one of the most successful black-owned businesses in American history. And they say we don't produce shit. But George E. Johnson wasn't just selling hair products. He was selling confidence. He built products specifically for black consumers at a time when many major companies ignored us. His company eventually became the first black-owned business listed on the American Stock Exchange, proving black entrepreneurship, I just can't talk tonight, belong on Wall Street too. And if you're old enough to remember Soul Train, I am, but only the cartoons, you remember George E. Johnson's impact, whether you realized it or not. Was it because of all them damn afros? Because, I mean, there was a lot of fuzzy heads. Johnson's products became the first national sponsor of Soul Train. Oh, yeah. I tried to eat that spray for the hair. I tried to eat it. It was kind of tasty. Anyways, helping one of the most influential black television shows in history stay on the air. They stayed on for a long time. I think I was a teenager when they finally got canceled, or an adult. That wasn't just advertising, though. That was investing in black culture before corporations decided it was profitable. I wish we could do that again and go back to that. His influence didn't stop with beauty. He helped establish one of Chicago's largest black-owned banks, supported scholarships, invested in communities. This is what you're supposed to do when you got money like that, and showed generations of aspiring entrepreneurs that you didn't need permission to build something extraordinary. So in today's health news, it's bigger than health. It's about legacy. George E. Johnson proved that taking care of black people isn't just about medicine. Sometimes it's about creating products that recognize our needs and businesses that employ our communities and opportunities that open doors for generations to come. Rest in peace to a true pioneer, because before black owned became a hashtag, George E. Johnson built an empire. And if you don't know shit about your history, tonight you did. Okay, so take that with you. Moving on, this is something for the ladies. It's kind of scary, but if you know, you got better chance. A turning point in metastatic, and I can say it because I studied coding. Metastatic triple negative breast cancer care. Sometimes we're almost done. We got like one story left and we going to bed. Sometimes, and we usually don't stay this long. We're usually done an hour and a half, but a whole bunch of people got killed tonight, this week. Shit. Sometimes the biggest health stories aren't about a cure. They're about finally giving people more time, more options, and more hope. Doctors are calling it a major turning point in the fight against metastatic triple negative breast cancer. That sounds horrible. One of the most aggressive forms of breast cancer, and one that disproportionately, of course it does, affect black women. It always hits us bad. Who are more likely to be diagnosed at younger ages and often have worse outcomes. You know what? Seriously, I think they're pumping us in with chemicals so it'll fuck us up later. I think that's what it is. When we get born, they take us from our moms and they put shit in us. That's probably what it is. For years, women diagnosed with this form of cancer have very few first-line treatment options. But now the FDA has approved, oh Lord, Trodelvy, used in combination with Keytruda as a first-line, I hope I'm saying that right, treatment for certain patients with metastatic triple-negative breast cancer. Do you have an acronym? Researchers say the new approach has shown promising results in helping slow the progression of the disease. I need to smoke. Why is this such a big deal, though? Because with this type of cancer, the first treatment often matters the most. More than half of the patients never receive a second round of therapy because the disease can progress so quickly. Giving patients a strong option earlier could make a meaningful difference in both survival and quality of life. Ladies, please get checked every year, especially once you hit 40. The article also highlights another reality we can't ignore. Black women continue to face higher rates of this disease, along with barriers like delayed diagnosis, limited access to specialized care, and fewer opportunities for advanced biomarker testing. That means breakthroughs in medicine have to be matched with equal access to care, or we are not doing this again. This is not going to be this long next time. So there's the takeaway. Here's the takeaway. This isn't a cure, but it's progress. And when you're talking about one of the deadliest forms of breast cancer, progress can mean more birthdays, more family dinners, and more precious times with people you love. That's why stories like this matter, because hope isn't just a feeling. Sometimes it's a new treatment that gives someone one more chance. We got one more damn story, one more, and then we gonna talk about these animals, and then we go fuck off somewhere, because this is ridiculous. I didn't know that many people died. Shit. Thousands of Medicare beneficiaries thought their drug plan was free. They have lost it. This one is one of those stories where the fine print can cost you your medicine. Thousands of Medicare beneficiaries across the country lost their Part D prescription drug coverage after plans that have been advertised with zero monthly premiums suddenly began charging in 2026. Okay, they're charging premiums now. Many seniors say they never realized the plans had changed, missed bills, and eventually had their coverage canceled for non-payment. That shit happened to me when I got put on short-term disability. One of those people was a 77-year-old Jude Pare, I think I said that right, from Minnesota. He and his partner spend winters in Arizona. Oh, he got money. And had their mail forwarded. He says he never saw the notices that his premium had changed. By the time they returned home, his plan had already been terminated over less than $30 in unpaid premiums. Now he's left paying out of pocket for medications that cost thousands of dollars. He ain't going to Arizona this year. Thousands of dollars a year. Under Medicare rules, many people who lose coverage have to wait until the next enrollment period to sign up again. That's fucking scary. This didn't happen just to a handful of people, though. Reports indicate WellCare terminated coverage for roughly 140,000 members. And experts warn similar situations could happen again next year if premiums change and beneficiaries don't notice the paperwork. Some low-income beneficiaries may qualify for special enrollment opportunity, but many others do not. So here's your public service announcement. If you or someone you love is in Medicare Part D, don't assume your plan stays the same every year. Open the mail, read the annual notices. If something doesn't make sense, call your insurance company or your local state health insurance assistant. SHIP. It's called SHIP. Not shit, SHIP. Before your coverage disappears, okay? Because you're depending on medication to stay alive. A missed letter could become a medical emergency and an experience. Sometimes the most expensive words in healthcare are, I thought it was still free. Oh, Lord. And now we're going to do my last commercial of the night, and then we're going to talk about this damn deer. The deer did something, and I need to tell you about it, and you're going to see about it in just a minute. So first, let's bring this down. I'm going to do my commercial. As always, if you like what I'm doing, thank you very much. If you don't like what I'm doing, well, I don't know what to tell you, but if you have some suggestions, hit me up. If you don't and you just want to be a whiner, I will just ignore you. I have time. I'm ornery and I'm old, okay? So there you go. Here go my commercial. Please like, subscribe, share. I'm trying to build this into a community so we can all have shits and giggles. Well, not the shits, that's for sure. But anyways, you know what I mean. I'll be right back. Damn it.
It's just me and the fam. 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 Yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little tay, that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with them racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
Hold on.
Well, here's something you don't see every day. Today, a deer had to be rescued from the roof of a home. The Astoria Fire Department got the call right around 2 p.m. about this young deer that had somehow made its way onto this roof. A firefighter was able to make it up on top of the roof, grab the deer, and reunite it with its mother safe and sound. How about that?
Damn, they took my words. I always say, how about that? How about that? Damn, I did it again. Anyways, where are you? Okay. Oh, you leaving? All right, I'll see you later. All right, so stranded deer rescued from roof of Oregon home. How the hell he get there? That's all I really want to know is how did he get up there? Ladies and gentlemen, the animals have officially stopped respecting property lines. Firefighters in Astoria, Oregon, got one of the strangest emergency calls of all holiday of the holiday weekend. This holiday weekend, not Christmas, not winter. This one. After a homeowner looked up and found a baby deer standing on the roof of their house. Not in the yard, not on the porch, not on the roof. Now, don't ask me how it got there because the deer apparently isn't giving interviews. Even firefighters admitted they have no idea how the little fawn managed to climb onto the roof. Somehow it found itself stranded with no way down. I imagine maybe a big ass eagle, if there's an eagle that big, and if there is, I'm terrified that there is, maybe yeeted that motherfucker and lost hold of it and it fell on top of the roof. That's what I think, but maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, somehow it found itself stranded and with no way down. Thankfully, the Astoria Fire Department showed up with ladders, climbed onto the roof, carefully picked up the frightened little deer, and safely carried it back to the ground. Now, here's the best part. The little fawn was reunited when its mother, who had been waiting apparently nearby the whole time. This motherfucker waited. You see this shit? This motherfucker used our resources for it. See, I told you animals are taking over. This motherfucker probably called them too. Who had apparently been waiting nearby the whole time. She was watching everything. See, I told you these animals are getting smarter. No injuries, no drama, just one very confused deer and one relieved mama. Now I have questions. Was this deer practicing to become Santa's newest reindeer? Was it trying to inspect shingles? What the hell are shingles anyways? Did somebody tell him housing prices were, give me a second, were high and he literally took it to the next level? That joke didn't even make sense. Because I've seen deer jump fences. I have not. I really have not. If I did, I'd be running. I've seen them cross highways. I've seen it on TV. If I saw it and I was in a car, I'd probably have a heart attack. But roof inspections, that's a brand new career path. The fire department even joked afterwards saying, if you ever find yourself stuck on a roof, they'll come rescue you too. If you find me on a fucking roof, my medicine isn't working. But that's nice to know because apparently the wildlife has decided gravity is now optional. Man, it would be my luck to go outside, take some air, and a fucking a damn deer fall on my head. How the hell do I explain that? I just want to know. How would I have to explain that shit? But that's it for tonight. I had a fashion show, but it is too late. I did not realize that many people got unalived this week. I'm not joking. I did at least 10 stories of people being killed. This is sad. This is scary. But that's it. I love y'all to death. Thank you for coming. Without y'all, I would be nothing. I will be back on Sunday. We will not be here this long. We will only be here for maybe an hour and a half at tops, I hope, unless a whole bunch of people get killed up again. But anyways, thank you for coming. I love y'all. Good night. And I'm staying in these swimsuits until it fucking gets to breathing, to living temperature. Shit. Okay, where's my bot? There you go. I can't say, no, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't home with my soul. On the road, I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't home with my soul. On the road.